What up, Jay?
Man, what's good, bro?
I don't really want to talk about the game. I want everybody to. I'm pissed off, man. That's why people come up here.
Man, no, man, we gotta talk about it, man.
No, I'm listening to you. You could talk. I listen, and people could come up. This
Man,
me off.
man, I'm a LeBron fan, but bro, this game was on him, bro. Like, like,
Go, I'm listening.
oh, who that in the background? I was like, what the hell?
Nah, that's a. Oh. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this game was on Bron, man. Like, he was just jacking up way too many shots. Like, it was one point, I believe it was in the fourth quarter. I think the Lakers were down by like what, like one, and LeBron shot a three and missed it. And I'm just like, what? Like, why would you shoot a three and you down by one? Just take it to the hole, get fouled, get some free throws or something. Then, uh, did you see that play? It was like late in the fourth quarter. THT shot that three, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, this team is unwatchable, bro. They're just
You
unwatchable.
be up 20 points. Yo, they made me look bad. I know I have people like that. Kareem called it. Kareem said it's going to be an
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
win.
you did
Man,
call it. You said the Lakers was gonna win big. We was up by 20, 23, and the next thing you know, the Pelicans just kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting. And next thing you know, they took the lead. Lakers tried to get it back. Pelicans went back up. Lakers tried to get it back. Pelicans went back up, and that was a wrap. After that,
yeah, you're right, bro.
sometimes I don't be knowing what LeBron be doing, bro. Like I just be like, why would you shoot that? And he was turning the ball over. I'm just like, oh man, man,
Let
he
me ask
just
you this: do it look like he chasing scoring title, and that he want to win the scoring title?
like you can tell he want to win a scoring title, but you don't have to chase it. Like if you know in your mind that you're gonna win a scoring title, you can still do good at the same time while you get your points. But you got to get others involved. But he's just like too focused on just doing everything by himself. Like you can do that, but you got other teammates to help you out while you're doing that at the same time. Like it's possible to still get your points and still help out with everybody else, but it just seemed like he just want to do everything on his own, bro. And I'm just like, oh man, it's she looked like what? And B had 37 points and 15 rebounds. He got his points, but James Harden, he didn't help him out.
Correct.
Like, see, so it's like you gonna get your points regardless, bro. Like you gonna like what? Brian had 39.
Think so. 39, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, so we lost what by like eight.
8
All LeBron needed was about like 30, and you would have been all right.
exactly.
Man, this man, oh man, these dudes suck. I ain't even gonna lie, man. They suck, man.
Yeah, it's AD might was not come back. Come on, be first.
Yeah, I'm not sure if AD coming back, man. LeBron might as
Back,
well
he's not
just
gonna make
shut.
that.
Hey, how many times did the Lakers and Pelicans play each other? Well, like two times.
what it.
I can't hear you. You breaking up a little bit.
You hear me?
I
Y'all
can hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now, but it
Dad,
was choppy at first. Yo,
Yo,
Kareem, are you there?
yo, where Kareem go?
yo, yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hear me? 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? Okay, so Dez and J. Luke, come back up. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know what's going on. Dez and J. Luke, come back up. What up, Dez?
What's going on, bro?
Ain't shit. I want y'all guys to talk, man. I just want to listen. I'm so pissed off, man.
Yo, this
I'm
shit is
lost for words. I really am. It's really, I don't really have much to. I'm trying to hope a lot of guys come up today.
yo. That second half was ugly, and this shit is on everybody. Everybody collapsed. Like it's like shit was sweet in the first half, and once they made that second half adjustment, like Vogel just I don't fucking understand, man. And it's on us. It's on the team for like sitting still on these shooters. Like you gotta rotate. Terrible body language, like terrible everything in the second half. Like these niggas just give up, bro. And why the fuck would you put? Why the hell would you go small
I don't get that. The
in
first
the
half.
last few
Oh
minutes?
my god. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I can't.
Why not put Winion in the game instead of Melo? Melo did nothing for the remainder of that game. He missed a shot. He missed a wide open three in the corner. You got
And
if you gonna go small, you gotta put Winion at the 5, yo.
hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, my bad.
I'm just so frustrated, man. Like you saw, like this game. This was a game I had to win. Like this, I had this as a must-win game. Um, the first half, like the first quarter. I mean, they were clicking on all cylinders, and then you saw a little bit 5 minute mark. You saw the Pelicans start to, get their groove. But I still think that the Lakers, if they would have just they were actually playing defense. You saw them playing defense. But when every game that we watched this season, Kareem, you could probably chime on this. When the Lakers start being stagnant, then they start to turn the ball over. We see like multiple turnovers for the Lakers. Like when they start turning the ball over
Mm-hmm.
and then they stand around and like expect LeBron just to score it every time. And
Nobody cutting.
And then, yeah, nobody moving around. Like the last games they won, everybody was moving around. Um, everybody was being active off screens, and like Russ would penetrate. We saw a little bit of that when he passed away and Gabriel going to the basket. And
Mm-hmm.
he missed the two free throws, but just the small things will catch up with you. When you turn the ball over, the small things will catch up with you. This was a game that they had to win, and it's just sad that like on Ticket, he's just shooting LeBron down over on his channel. He,
Of course.
yeah, Ticket TV, he's just shooting LeBron James down, and I get down with Ticket, but I just can't go on there and just shoot my boy down. I love LeBron, I love the Lakers, I
Mm-hmm.
love Kobe, I love Magic, I love the Lakers organization, and LeBron, when he came to the Lakers, he plays winning basketball. We can't just say he went there and he just lost. He's just a loser, and I can't do that. I can't just say, oh, he's a loser, he's stat padding. Because the LeBron, think about it. You take LeBron's 30-something points away, the Lakers would be losing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just when we look at Anthony Davis, it's sad, he's 28, 27 in between there. And he was supposed to be the Lakers uh building
He's
block.
supposed to be. Yeah, he's supposed to be number one by now.
He was supposed to be the building blocks. And this guy is fragile. He always gets hurt. And whether it's this year or the year before, he's always getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me to come on here and say, oh, LeBron James is almost 38 years old, if not 38. And he's leading the league in scoring in his 19th, almost 20th season, going in his 20th season.
Shouldn't be doing that,
So,
man.
so you expect me to come on here and bash him for missing a 3-point shot when when he shot almost perfect from the 3-point line. I think he missed like maybe two threes.
Mm.
So I'm not gonna come on here and just say, oh man, LeBron cost him the game. Go on Ticket TV and just cuss at LeBron. I'm not gonna do that. I just won't do that. The man gives his all in the game, win or lose. He sprains his ankle, comes back in the game, almost scores 40 points.
He got right back up, bro.
He got,
Facts.
yeah. So he could have just said, I can't come back in. My ankle's sore. Then Ticket would have said, well, he's, you know, now see, look, he said, who gives a shit about, man, be quiet. See, people like that don't know basketball.
It's one of the only upsides we got on this team.
We a losing team. The only reason why we losing is because Anthony Davis has been hurt. And Kendrick Nunn. If we have been, think about it. We haven't been healthy all season. So that person, hepatitis C, you later. You're right. See you later. He don't understand basketball because we have not been. I think we got the second leading, Kareem, you quote me on this. We got the second leading switching rotations of starting in the league.
Yeah, we do.
So if we were healthy and we had Kendrick Nunn, because think about it, Kendrick Nunn came from Miami averaging 15, 16 points from the Miami Heat. So if we had him and Russell and we were able to switch those rotations, and Kendrick Nunn, he can break down and he can eat. So we know Kendrick Nunn can get like 14, 15, 20 something points, right? So if we had Kendrick Nunn and Anthony Davis was healthy, who knows? And we had Gabriel coming in playing with Anthony Davis, and we had our roster, our record, and we're doing stuff like this with the team that we have, and we don't even have Anthony Davis. Who knows? And we can clean up those turnovers and play a little bit defense. Who knows what record we would have? So we can't say, we're judging Lakers pretty much on a half glass scenario.
We just started picking it up recently, though. See, but the thing about this roster, though, it was constructed terribly. It looked terrible at the beginning of the season because we had way too many guards. We had way too many fucking guards on the squad.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you look at it from the start of the season, you had a bunch of veterans. You had Carmelo Anthony, you had Ellington. They had a bunch of shooters, but they didn't have a bunch of playmakers. Only playmakers we had
was Russ.
Was probably Russ, LeBron, maybe Monk.
Supposed to have another one, but
and then Nunn got hurt. Nunn got hurt.
That was really supposed to be the backup ball handler for
Right.
Russ.
So we think about it. We got a bunch of D leaguers. We got G League. We got G League. So when you look at G League, we got Augustine's from the G League, Gabriel's from the G League,
Mm.
Stanley Johnson's from the G League. Uh, who else on the G League?
And the standard is
We
low for
had
this team,
we
bro.
had a bunch of rotation players that come in. They from the G League. I think there's some people on our bench from the G League,
Mm-hmm.
and so and then we got some rookies. We got we got Reeves. We got THT. His second year. So I mean, what do you expect the Lakers to do?
The only way we gonna win now, like, is ball movement, because that's how we've been effective these past few games. But now it seems we've been back to that stagnant shit.
And I was on when I was listening to Kareem. I was asking Kareem, how come the Lakers once the Sixers released him, I think the Lakers should have picked him up because when JaVale McGee left the Lakers, it hurt. It
Yeah,
really
that
hurt.
was yeah.
And I think the Lakers should have went and got Willie Cauley Steins. He's 7'2". He can protect the basket. He's younger than DeAndre Jordan.
He's athletic
He's
enough.
at he's a free agent. I don't understand. I understand they got Wayne Gabriel. He can shoot threes, and that's the way of the league. But I don't understand.
He can switch too, though.
Willie Cauley Steins was real good with Dallas, but they just released him because he was injured. Um, and he would have been a good fit for Anthony Davis because he's 7'2". You put Anthony Davis in there, he get rebounds, block the shot,
Mm.
and then they can have like a Willie Cauley Steins, uh, uh, Dwight Howard, and hey, Anthony Davis could play his natural position as power forward. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, was this THT's first game back?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. He,
Y'all don't think that has something to do with chemistry? I feel
uh,
like sometimes.
I don't think. I think he was a little winded too at the free throw line. He was breathing hard too.
Mm.
So he THT's going to be a nice player once down. Years from now, he's going to be an okay player. You
I
know,
think he was more effective off the ball, though. See, like,
but
when he got the ball, it's like he didn't know what move to make with it. He had that shit in his hands too long.
uh-huh. And it's just I don't. To me, the Lakers. I'm keeping James. Of course, James and Anthony Davis going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I would keep Reeves, Monk, and THT, but a lot of those other players like Ellington, uh, a lot of those other players got to go. They got to go. You got to bring in players because they let this player, what's his name, Murphy? Oh yeah, he lit the Bulls up a couple nights ago.
Oh, Trey Murphy
Oh yeah, so I knew they got a star in their hands. That boy gonna be a star in the league.
was lighting
He
us up in the
he
fucking
he
second half.
got he got. Let me tell you something. Murphy gonna be a star. He got that look, and it ain't a night look. I looked at his stats.
He hungry. That's what it is.
Yeah, I looked at his stats for the last couple of games. He's been putting up like 30, 20, 23 for the game, 21, 23. That boy's been, and they got Ingram and they got uh
McCollum.
what's his name? Can't think of his name. McCullough, CJ McCullough.
Yeah.
And Zion gonna be come back. So the Pelicans, they got a nice young nucleus. The Vujic or and they got that what's that tall dude that dunk?
Who,
Uh,
Valanciunas?
Valanciunas?
nah, he don't dunk.
Or
Boy, the
Oh,
young
I
dude,
know what you're talking
Jackson.
about. Yeah, Jack.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but somebody always lighting up the Lakers every night. It's not just this game. If
but
Exactly.
if it's
but
not
the young,
Reggie Jackson, it's always somebody.
It's
Somebody you
always like
least
the
but it's the
expect
fourth
it.
guy.
but it's the young. See, you
Right.
gotta understand. It's the young. See, it's not like a couple of years ago where these young teams you beat them because they was inexperienced. You look at Memphis, young team. right?
Mm-hmm.
Even Portland, when they traded CJ McCollum, and everybody like, man, why they gutting? Why they gutting? Why they just clean the house? But they was going and they was beating teams, constant bullet. And now they got that point guard stepping up when Dame Lillard out, and he's making a name for himself. These young teams, the NBA going in a different direction.
Yeah,
So these young teams, you think you're gonna go and whoop them? Let me
I
tell you,
agree.
the Spurs is a young team. These young teams ain't gonna just let you come in there and beat them. I don't care who you are. You saw look at the Hawks with Ice Trey. He lit the
Hey,
Warriors up a couple
They
nights.
don't come in
I
scared of nobody either.
They're not scared no more. I love LeBron, but if you ain't got look, if you I hate to say it, use this format. If you ain't got all your guns, if Anthony Davis ain't healthy, LeBron ain't gonna
Mhm.
be enough. He got to have one of them 50-point nights.
I agree, but look, I want to say something to what's on the screen. If LeBron wasn't so stat hungry, I would
So
say
man,
for him to
he
shut it down.
said stats.
But ball is life. What you talking about,
He
bro?
said stat hungry. That's hepatitis C. You later. To me, everybody in the league that could get buckets is stat hungry. They trying to get not. They're trying to get
Okay,
stats, even though they're trying to win the game. Like
so
this is
How we
overblown. That
slandering
people,
LeBron? Ball is life.
it's
thank
crazy.
y'all for trying to yeah because like I
Uh,
look like this, man. Like, okay, I used to play semi-pro basketball, right?
Yeah,
I used to play pickup games with Ruben Patterson, Nick Van Exel, Nick the Quick. Man, how you stat padding when if LeBron doesn't go out and do
I
what
agree.
he do?
Ball is life.
they trying to get buckets. Stat
He,
pattern is
yeah,
that's a dumb argument to me.
but
Like,
but but, but look, man, when you on that court, you got to put yourself in position to get your team a basket. When he drove to the basket, like LeBron drove and he did that layup, he's doing what he got to do.
we miss a lot of wide open, like good look. I wouldn't say wide open, but good looks from outside off LeBron passes.
Yeah,
And, like,
but
what do you expect when a role players is off? You expect this nigga to keep
yeah, but,
passing it?
but see, people
Right.
people comment like hepatitis C. You later, he don't know basketball
Yeah,
because
he
look,
don't have a clue.
when you look at the the I would say the way the game was ran tonight, right? You had you had Monk outside of three players, LeBron James, Monk,
Mhm.
And
and
Russ.
Russ. Right, right,
And
right,
Russ. But he's not a scorer either. Russ ain't a scorer
right.
like
Russ
that.
played
Man,
all right tonight. Russ ain't
He
Russ
hurt
can
us.
flute, but he's not like a I'm gonna get you a bucket automatic type scorer. He's a hustle, I'm a grind out scorer.
and
Like
playmate, he can make
and
plays.
playmate. Yeah, playmate, yeah.
But when you look at it, what I'm saying is, okay, so outside of those three, now go on the other side of the Pelicans. You had Ingram, Murphy, Vucic, and okay, you had Murphy, Ingram, CJ McCollum. You had four people lighting up the Lakers.
I think they always in double figures too.
They all was in the look at the stats. Look at the stats versus the Lakers stats.
They was all engaged. That's part of
And
the
they was engaged.
offense. That's
And you
part of
can't
the offense.
and when you look at the last couple of games where the Lakers won, they was passing. We said it before. They was
Yep.
passing the ball. They was playing defense. And when the first and second quarter, it was for I think the half or the 5 minute mark. They was passing the ball, playing defense, and they was in sync with each other.
I feel like
And
we went older the second half, and that played a part in
And
it
thank you.
too.
Vogel
I agree.
and Vogel's
Yes.
a horrible coach. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Vogel.
Hey,
his adjustments
Vogel
I
was quick.
told I told Kareem at least for about three months ago, I said if Vogel remains the coach, the Lakers will not make the playoffs. And I'm standing by that right now. The San Antonio Spurs is about to catch them. And
yeah.
their
Yeah,
schedule
fucking
is
10th now.
easier. It's easier. They're one game
If
behind us, and they got Houston and
if
Portland.
we don't
Teams
get
that
Oh
Anthony Davis
yeah,
back, I'm gonna tell y'all this: if we don't get Anthony Davis back, and he's not getting his feet wet, because look, right now they scared, they don't want to bring him back because of
he'll
contact.
get hurt the first game. The first, second game, he's gonna get
when we
hurt.
collapse, he gonna collapse right with us though. That's my
Yep.
that's my problem with
But
AD.
they could put him on a minute restriction. See, you put him on a 6 minute, 5 to 6 minute restriction. Let him out there. Let him just get sweat. Let him, he gonna mess some shots. But
Rev it up.
just rev him up. We ain't got no time to have him just come back in the playoff playing because we may not make it.
You're not
And
gonna
then you
make the
got
play-in.
and then we got Kendrick Nunn out there. We got Kendrick Nunn.
The Bronx ain't. Do they got to fly to Dallas or
And
they?
it's yo, I don't know actually, but it
We
still
got
ain't no update on Kendrick Nunn. And they said the end of March clearly.
I'm saying that ankle swell up on the plane.
hey,
Like LeBron
hey,
might not play Tuesday.
he said he got
Yeah, facts.
he said we got clowns. He calling us clowns.
Who? Hepatitis.
Nah,
Who?
he talking about whoever somebody must have timed them out in the chat.
Oh, okay. My
Who is
bad.
that?
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't just stay around and watch LeBron James shoot.
Is that LeBron James or is that the coach or is that the players? Like who is really to blame for that? Because sometimes LeBron will isolate himself.
Nah, it's the
I don't
play
I
because
don't like that.
When LeBron James had the ball,
Mm.
he was looking to pass the ball, but nobody was cutting, nobody was moving, so he just shot it.
I
Now
don't
that
like that LeBron in
shot,
the post shit either,
You
man.
don't like LeBron in the post, like offensively?
I love
Not against
not
offensively.
against,
Nah,
not
I don't
against
like
a
him in the
taller
post.
player,
It
Uh,
creates stagnant
not
offense
against
'cause
like I like him in the post against like maybe somebody that he could actually
a
maneuver,
smaller
like
defense.
not against like a Joker or Embiid
oh,
or
right. Yeah, no, not
you know
against
what I'm
those. A
saying.
center, yeah.
Night he could have if he would have went back or at least the high post.
I didn't even like him in a high post on Trey Murphy. Like I wanted him to I wanted ball movement. 'Cause nobody
But he
cuts
could
when
but
he's in
in
the
the high
post.
post he can find a cutter because they double him and he can
Nobody was
pass
moving.
them up. So, but they weren't doing that. They a lot of
Hey,
they was just standing around because
Mhm.
hep, hep, hepatitis C you later. Nobody's in their feelings. I disagree with your comment that
nah
he's stat padded. He
can't.
obviously he's trying to win the scoring title. That's a fact. But he's
Okay,
also trying to win games. Like I don't think that either one matters. Like y'all act like nobody else
Hold up
stat
one
padded.
second. Hold up one second. Tacoma Bay, who's this? Tacoma Bay, what up?
Hey, Wilt Chamberlain got a big ass.
Will
Wilt
Chamberlain
See,
Chamberlain
got
got
a
it's
a
the
big.
big.
same nigga. It's that same will.
It's the same weird dude.
What's wrong with these
he
niggas, bro?
said
Who raised these niggas, bro?
He does that on multiple channels. I've seen him on other channels. He's weird.
What's wrong with these niggas?
What kind of dude come on and say some stupid stuff like that?
He
Like
said the same corny shit. Wilt Chamberlain got a big ass. All right, nigga, you get it.
it's crazy.
I mean, I'm not gonna just come on this channel and just say, "Oh, LeBron James stat pattern," because I don't like that. I play basketball, average
He's
18 points.
not. Go get buckets.
I would never go out on the floor and just throw up a bunch of shots. I score to try to get my team to win, whether it's passing, making a play
Hmm.
for somebody, or setting the screen so they can drive to the basket. Look, he had
Nah,
a good shooting night. You can't say LeBron James shot terrible. The man shot what? Like, I mean, he shot like almost perfect if he didn't miss those couple of shots.
if I can get mine and not hurt the team in the process, I'm gonna do that. Like
And I got something to play for. Like to me,
exactly.
Jordan went for the scoring title every year he
Every year.
played. It
You
Yep.
was
why
it
would
was
you not
common
expect?
knowledge.
Why would you not
And,
expect the greats to
and
go
can I
for
say
it?
something, Kareem? You know what? I might get some haters, but I'm gonna say, when people say Michael Jordan was a better player than Mike, there's things that Mike did better than LeBron, but scoring, when you look at scoring, we can't say that no more because LeBron broke the all-time season playoff scoring record. He broke that, and he's about to break Kareem's all-time record. His durability.
I disagree a little
Let,
bit. I know what you're saying.
but let me
I
say this. Let me finish. Let me finish.
all right.
His durability.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Michael Jordan on durability, right? He's a
Mm,
better playmaker than Michael. And
Okay.
so
true.
and when you look at it, a lot of people say, well, Bron James stat padded. He's but when you look at the era that Mike played in and the era that LeBron played in, you think about who he had to go up against. You get what I'm saying?
I,
Look
I
at
so so here's where I'll go with it. I
and I'm a 90s
think
person. I was born in the 80s, so
me
I was
too. I was born at the tail end of '79. So I I agree that I say by his sheer ability, his stature, his skills, basketball wise, LeBron, he can score. He can average 35 if he wanted to. But when I'm looking at it's how you categorize score and scoring, right? Like somebody you just give the ball to and be like, LeBron to me is like give the ball to, go make a play. I can score if I want to, or I could dish. To me, LeBron or Mike is like give the ball
Kobe.
to, I'm gonna go get a
Kobe,
bucket. Period,
right?
and nobody can stop me if I want to.
It just
Nobody.
come natural to some players,
Or,
yo.
or or you can
Yes,
say Devin Booker. Like Mike is
that book.
Devin
Yeah,
Booker. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
gonna
know
get a
what you're saying.
bucket.
I know what you're saying, but what
I
I'm saying,
feel D Book can hit a mid range jumper in his sleep at this
right,
point.
right,
Easy.
right, and that's why I always say that Kobe mentality. That
Mhm.
that Mamba mentality. But what I mean is by they used to say who's better, Mike or LeBron. But we always base it on titles. But let's look at Michael Jordan's career. He did it in six, right? He won six championships, right? Okay. So when you look at it, who did he have on his team in the years that he had on his team? I'm not talking about the Wizards, the Washington Wizards. So we look at Tony Kukoc was the best six man of the year, right? You look at Ron Harper, who has always been a all-star player until until he had the bad knee effect, right? Then they had Dennis Rodman, right? One of the greatest rebounders in the game. Not Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman, right? So, and then we had probably the best two-way player in the
Mm.
game and one of the best defenders in Scottie Pippen, right? One of the three best three-point shots shooters and Steve Kerr, John Paxson. So he was surrounded for the years that he's been in the league, being on that one team, Chicago Bulls, right? Won a championship at the one team, Chicago Bulls. LeBron James so he won in Cleveland, won a championship in Cleveland, right? He had to leave Cleveland. So he won his two in Miami. Then he went back to Cleveland, won a championship. Then he came to LA. So every team that he's went on, he's won, right? Now, could Jordan have done that? Could Jordan have left the
I
Bulls,
don't. I don't
went
know if
to the
that's.
went
I don't
went to
think
the
we could. I don't think we could argue that. Like in Jordan in his prime, I don't think we could argue that. I think if we just talking about scoring, I think obviously LeBron can score. He about to break the scoring record. But when
now what
you when
it
I
cost?
what
Go ahead,
huh?
go ahead.
But
Now,
when
well,
I look when I look at Jordan, just being honest, and I'm a LeBron fan.
mhm.
LeBron is the best scorer the NBA has ever seen. Like just like even the beauty of it, the way like LeBron can score, and he can hit jumper, but Jordan like it was artful. It was like so
Right. Everybody wanted to be like Mike.
for a reason though. Like it's like ballet on the court. It was like
Right.
he did stuff that you was like, what in the world did I just see?
But
You
here's
know,
but check this out though. When you say that, Kobe did 81. Okay, Kobe said, okay, you know what? I'm Mike.
Hold, hey,
I'm the
hey,
second.
hold on for a second. I agree with a lot of people want to hear about the team. Debate stuff is Desmond jumped off. He said he want to talk about. I like talk about team also. So
Well,
can
what I
y'all?
was saying was, Kareem,
cool.
is that reason why I bring that up, because I'm not gonna come on here and say that LeBron James stat pattern. You know what I'm saying? Because he does what he does for the team. He wants to win, whether he's playing through a swollen knee or a third degree ankle sprain, which his ankle's gonna be sore. But he
No,
goes out every night and he gives it his all. So
no,
so
I get that, but what I agree 1% with Desmond talking about. Nobody want to talk about no. We want to talk about team because that like get into that debate stuff.
no, I wouldn't
I'm
debate with him, Kareem.
I'm
I was
with you.
saying,
Hey,
I was
so,
just saying that like tonight, we saw what happened. They turned the ball up. I think it was the second half, second quarter, 5 minutes. We saw a little summary of what was going to come. And I was telling my buddy here, I was like, this is going to actually gain momentum for the Pelicans because we saw them doing it in the second quarter towards the end. It was 69-58 or something like that. And so when a team gained momentum going into the third quarter, and you playing that way, sometimes it's hard to get that back. Then you start turning the ball over, and then they can't get scoring out of Reeves and Taylor Horton Tucker. Carmelo, he shoot 1 3. He's out of the rotation tonight because he's not shooting good. And then Dwight Howard picks up foul trouble. He's not rebounding. And then so who else besides outside of Russell and Monk? You got LeBron. He's hot, but is he gonna be hot the whole night? Does he have to go out and get 50? You know what I'm saying? So who else are they? And they got a bunch of G leaguers on. Like I said, they got Augustine, they got Wayne Gabriel, they got Stanley. He picked up some stupid fouls tonight, and LeBron was talking to him under the basket, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" So when you have players that should be playing, like Anthony Davis, and he's hurt, it puts it all on LeBron to go out there and be that leader. And then Russ has been playing good, so we can't come on here and just bash Russ. But
I think this. I think everybody has a piece of the blame. You can't just blame one person. Everybody. But to me, I think that's why I was so earlier during the trade deadline. That's why I was so um, adamant about the Lakers doing something, anything,
mm-hmm.
not anybody taking a fall, but doing something to shake it up. They did the most
Salute, Elder.
minimal.
Hey, salute.
They did the most minimal things they could do if it's firing the coach, because the coach clearly hasn't been motivating the players, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
been animosity with between the coaches and the players,
That's what I heard
and
too.
what I'm saying, he clearly hasn't been making the right substitution patterns. You could blame. I think obviously LeBron's been playing good, but I've seen him with his body language, right? To me,
Mm-hmm.
with his
Yeah.
the way he goes at players on the court, the way he looks, that affects players on the court. Period. Even at that level, they're professionals, but they're at that level where they can be affected by somebody like LeBron instead of that calm demeanor, that kind of, hey, we gonna get through this. Don't I've been on the court with class better than me, and that little thing like we gonna be all right. That motivates me to play hard versus, hey, you pointing the finger at me, you blaming me, you walking up the court, and I'm running hard. And at some point, I don't care who you are. You're
Gotta
not
stay
finna
even
sun.
killed, man.
Yeah, you're not finna sun me in front of everybody. Like, I, it doesn't matter. So everybody deserves a blame, and I think it goes from top when you
Top to
losing
bottom.
like this, top bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It has to go from top to bottom. That's the responsibility. I always say in leadership, in church, and whatever, when you're a leader, you have more responsibility. You take more blame, even
Mm-hmm.
when it's not always your fault. And so LeBron, Palinka, Bogle, they all have some blame in this period.
I
And I
wanted
don't
to
think
ask
they're
Elder,
gonna make a play in.
a question, and this is in the off season, Elder. What do you think we should do with the roster the way it's constructed with Reeves and THT?
Reeves, I'm keeping. I mean, he don't even make $1 million a year, and he's a rookie, so he got a lot of growth and development to do. But
Mhm.
to just crack my lineup says a lot about him. So I'm keeping Reeves. THT. I know this year has really been up and down for him because of the injuries and all the stuff that's been involved. He's still young. People forget he just turned 21 like a month ago.
Mhm.
So trade talks hurt guys when they're young. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't think he wants to leave it. So a THT, if he can get healthy, I may think about keeping him. But if I can get the right deal for him, I would go ahead and move him because there's just so much negativity around his name with the Lakers. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So and we've taken care of him. We brought him up. We paid money to get him. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be the Lakers doing him wrong if they moved him, but it would have to be the right deal. I'm not just moving him for moving sake. I would want him to get healthy and come back because I see the value of THT and I think his
Yeah, I do.
contract It's a very cheap contract. He just been
Mhm.
hurt a lot this year. And he's a part of the avalanche snowball effect that we have with the Lakers. Um, I'm moving Russ.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely moving Russ in the off season, and I'm trying to get assets for him. I am focusing more on my future, honestly. I'm looking at guys that I think will work well with AD. I'm having private conversations with AD. Now, if I'm talking to AD and all I hear is his loyalty to Clutch and LeBron, then I'm gonna have a problem with AD. I really am. But I'm trying to move forward with him, and then what killer can I put with him that will enhance his game and help him become the closer we need him to come? You know what I mean? I need a guard that's gonna make sure he gets him involved. You know
Kareem,
what I mean?
you would still leverage your future with AD at this
I'm not
point?
saying I'm not saying
No,
I'm
he
a
saying he
leverage.
was
I'm
talking
not
to him.
saying I'm gonna leverage my future. What I'm
Hmm.
saying is I'm having private conversations with him and I'm gauging where he's at. If he's talking like a man and saying, "Man, I want to get healthy. I want to do this. I want to this. I want
Yeah,
to this. I want to this." I'm with that. I'm with
that's
that. He's still
that's the
28 years
perspective.
old. But if
Heard.
he's talking, well, Clutch, we think this, and LeBron say, I don't want to hear that. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm probably gonna look to move on from him. You know what I'm saying? If he's
Mhm.
talking that way, I don't believe the Lakers going to do that though, because they're very, very loyal to their players, especially the superstars. And as long as the superstars are not demanding trades, the Lakers typically will not trade. I mean, Shaq got traded because he tried to embarrass the owner. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You don't do
Heard
dumb
it.
stuff like that. The
Mm-hmm.
Lakers normally are going to be extremely loyal to you. They're going to be thankful that Anthony Davis came and won him a chip his first year with the Lakers. So if he wants to stay and wants to be a part of it, that's why I said I'm going to try to do the best to build around him and use the assets with Russ I got to do it.
Let
And
me ask you this.
I may take in an asset that I know I'm gonna have to move this asset in 2 years, but because of the maturity that I expect out of this player in 2 years, I'm gonna be able to move him and get the guy that I really think gonna propel me to the future when Anthony Davis is 31, 32, 33. You see what I'm saying? I be looking at moves like that. Go ahead.
Let me
No,
ask you this. Like, let me ask you this, Kareem, real quick. Staying right there. That's why I want to stay right there. With how long you've been watching the NBA, right? Have you seen anybody who's been hurt consistently? Like this isn't. I mean, we have history with AD,
Kawhi.
right? Like
Kawhi
There's
Leonard.
that.
been
But
actually
hold
there's
on.
been
Let me
plenty
let
of
me
guys. There's been
let me
plenty of
finish
guys.
my question though. Let me finish this question. I know the hurt, but that actually got healthy.
Kawhi Leonard.
That actually got healthy and changed the history. Does that make sense? That actually
Yes,
changed.
yes,
KD.
yes. I just have to think about it. I would just well, Curry. Curry's the main one. Remember Curry, beginning of his career, he stayed hurt.
His ankle.
And that's
That's
why
Yeah.
that's why they didn't give him a big contract. Remember Curry's first contract after that rookie, it wasn't even a max deal. Why? Because he stayed hurt. But now
right.
Curry had a nice long stretch where he didn't, and now look at him. He's getting a super max deal. So Curry's a good example of that. He
Mm-hmm.
started his career off hurt a lot.
His
He
ankles.
did,
Hmm.
and that's what.
Ankles
Yeah,
is
and after that first 5 years, remember when it was time to give him a new contract, they didn't give him a max deal
nope.
because
Hmm.
he was hurt. You know what I mean?
He got super.
And so then he had a nice run after that, though, like 6, 7
Hmm.
years where he wasn't hurt, and that's why he who he is today. So yes, I have seen it in the NBA where guys are hurt. And the good thing with Anthony Davis is think about it, he's never had like any major injuries.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
just knick-knack stuff. Always get knick-knack. So there's kind of ways around that. And actually, Anthony Davis's camp understands. See, Kawhi Leonard camp knows. This is why they
Mhm.
low manage Kawhi Leonard. So they can extend his career. The Lakers have
Hmm.
to be smart and say, I don't care that Anthony Davis looks the best for us at 5. I got to get a guy that can protect him
Mm-hmm.
because that's going to elongate his career. I need 2 players to protect Anthony Davis, and this is what I will be looking to do. I need a guard that understands how to feed the big man, but that guard also has to
And
be able to
Yes.
get buckets on his own. But then I also need a big man. Now he don't have to be 7 foot. He could be 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", 6'12", 6'15". I don't care. As long as he's aggressive and can guard the centers in the NBA and bang with them,
Mhm.
he's the guy I want. This is why I was on Kareem's channel saying the other day, I know Sacramento wants to move off of De'Aaron Fox's contract. I know they
Mm,
do. And because they
yep.
got Sabonis, they've made it public that they want to move off Rashawn Holmes' contract. Them two guys coming to the Lakers
Boom.
will
Do
be great for Anthony Davis.
do
Now
you think
you got another Kentucky connection, and old boy knows how to feed the big man. De'Aaron Fox does, a
Oh
real true
yeah.
big man. He
And
knows
he
how
can
to
get
do it, and he can get buckets on his own. And
Mhm.
Rashawn Holmes can fight, battle, scrap with all the big
And
men.
he got that big body.
He can handle that for AD, even though he's shorter than AD. Well, I actually think they're the same height.
I
He can
wanted to,
actually go
More
and do
muscular.
the dirty work that the AD don't want to do. And
I
then I
wanted
get
us to
another guy behind him, like a Damon Jones. I go sign him so he can go behind. And AD never has to do that work. I got two bangers
Mm.
that will do all of that. And now protecting AD, and I got a guard that will work with him, and then I can move forward. Now I got to eat them contracts because old boy got 4 more years and the other guy got 3 more years. So I got to
If
be
that
committed. But I also have to look and say, well, 2 years from now, when AD's 31, this guy have 2 years left on his contract. Can I move him if I need to? And the
Damn.
answer would be yes, because think about De'Aaron Fox's and his level of maturity. He'll be going into that mature stage where he'll be 25 years old, 26 years old at that time.
That sounds like the Pelicans.
So
You described
I probably won't need to move him, but if I need to, I can.
I wanted us to draft De'Aaron Fox instead of Lonzo.
Well, remember
yeah,
Magic did. Magic wanted to draft
yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. He didn't want Lonzo. He wanted De'Aaron Fox. But
Yep.
I'm saying right now, viable. When I look around the league, I'm doing that deal
Sacramento.
over bringing in like a Damian Lillard if he want to come. I don't want that.
You
You
think the
already
Lakers
over
will
the
make that
hump
move?
because
And
the Lakers chase stars, bro. So if Damian Lillard tells them he wants to come,
he's there.
and see, I think Portland would actually do the deal with Russ just so
Yep.
they can get off that four. Because see, Portland's got to re-sign the guy from North
The
Carolina,
other little guard, yeah.
Little, and then the guard,
It's
what's
there.
his name, Simmons. They got two guys that got to be re-signed. You
I'd
Yep.
rather
telling me
have D Fox, man.
47 million dollars won't do that? So
Yeah.
if old boy says he wants to come to the Lakers, I can see them do that deal if Portland will take that money, which I think they will, because once it falls with their book, now they can actually re-sign Simons and re-sign Little, because
Yeah.
those are two guys they really want to keep in Portland.
Yeah. Simons is he's playing real good right now too.
Yeah, but think
What
about it.
about
You
them
got
guys
20.
in
You're gonna
Sac you
have
was talking
28,
about?
30 million wrapped up in him, and then you can get the rest of the money to Little. Anywhere from 18 to 20 million for Little.
Yeah.
Because that Russ's contract guarantees they can re-sign those two dudes. So
And
I could see Portland wanting to do that.
You
and
wouldn't want Dame?
these young teams, you know how they go in rebuilding mode. It takes years and years. With
Hmm.
like you mentioned, they ain't so bad now because they playing good now.
They are.
Oh man.
They
You
are.
wouldn't want
At
Dame?
Portland, no, I don't. I don't see Dame as the answer because Dame is
Nah.
not the guy that will feed the big man. Look at Nurkic. He ready to go.
Okay, I got what you're
He's
saying. Yeah.
ready to
I
go.
Okay.
You
want
From
need
D
a
that
guy
Fox.
from
that
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 point of view.
knows how to feed a big man, and he's gonna play a little defense. Because what you don't want is what
Hmm.
he's had the last 2 years. You got guards come in that think they can score. They don't play great defense. They hang you big men out to dry, and then they don't feed the big men. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It went from Dennis Schroeder to even worse with Russell Westbrook. Because at least Schroeder tried to play a little D, but
I agree with
he still hung AD out to dry. Russell
that
Westbrook
perspective.
don't even try to play D. He totally hangs oh boy out, and he don't try to pass the ball to him at all. Schroeder tried to pass, but he can't. Schroeder don't even know how to make an entry pass, y'all. And he's so
Nah,
little,
you
it's
don't.
hard for him. It's hard for him to do it. But at least De'Aaron Fox, he can do that. He learned that at Kentucky. He knows how to feed the big men, and he also knows how to get his own buckets in crunch time. And he's not going to be afraid of the moment. And he's young. The Lakers been saying they want a dynamic player to match up with AD moving forward. I actually think De'Aaron Fox could be that dude. And for 2 years, you can give him the chance. You
I hope
literally
we
can give him
move
the
on
chance.
that.
And then Rashawn Holmes, because they got Sabonis, they don't want
Hmm.
Rashawn Holmes' contract now. Now you can literally get both of them for Russ. Now, will they
Mm-hmm.
take Russ? I don't know. But since you getting rid of all your guards, why not pair Russ with a defensive guard in Sacramento with Davion Mitchell? Imagine them
Mm.
two in the backcourt. Davion makes up for all Russ's mistakes in the backcourt
Hmm.
defensively because he can cover so even though he's little, he can cover so much of the court. You still got young guys there. You still got veterans in Harrison Barnes, stuff like that. That team would probably have a much better chance of making the playoffs because that's Sacramento's number one goal. Kareem was telling us that a few weeks ago. They ain't made the playoffs since Chris Webber now. They gotta make the freaking playoffs. So I think, and then if say they don't, at least they got 47 million falling off their books, and they can do whatever the heck they want to do. And I would
Man,
extract a couple first round picks from the Lakers too.
Damn it.
I would make sure them future first rounders they giving me those too. I got young guys I'm sending back. I want them two picks, or give me at least one. I would do it for at least one, because again, they loading off a lot of contract. That's a lot of that. We add up the other day. You got like 150 million in contracts in the next 3 to 4 years. So
From
that's
Sack?
unloading. Yeah, from Sack, because old boy is still gonna be old. He say he getting 30 million a year, Fox, and he got 4 years left. That's 120 million. Then you got old boy that's making like 15, and he got 3 years, so that's 45. So that's 150 $160 million in contracts they getting rid of just to take back 47 million, because the 47 falling off your books at the end of the year no matter what.
Mhm.
Shoot, they may not like Russ and mess around, only pay part of his salary, and then before trade deadline trade Russ again, so they don't have to eat the whole thing.
oh, he might as well retire then.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I mean. The
Right, I
Sacramento,
got what you're
the
saying.
worst case for them would be eating up Russ 47 million for the year. But I actually would play Russ at the point and put Davion at the two if I'm Sacramento, and let them boogers roll. You already got rid of Halliburton. What else you gonna do? They got another guard over there they like. I can't remember what his name is, but I mean, hey, I think that gives them a better chance to make the playoffs than keeping De'Aaron Fox when you know he don't want to be there.
That
Keeping
could
Rashawn
work.
Holmes when he can't play on the floor with Sabonis, his numbers are already
Mm-hmm.
dropped, and
Yep.
they think Rashawn Holmes is because he ain't played like 82 games. He's not AD, but he's had minor little injuries, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
just don't want
Right.
that
But
salary when they're not gonna make the playoffs.
but you
So
know what,
get rid
Elder?
of the salary.
Every night, I remember there were some games when Sacramento would play the Lakers. Man, Rashawn Holmes would kill him. He would just
Bro,
kill him.
Rashawn Holmes, you give him 30 minutes, he's killing everybody in the league. He's too big, he's too aggressive, he
He
got
could
too much
bang in
bounce.
there, man.
You see what I'm saying? So he will come, and he's the perfect guy, in my opinion, to come and do the dirty work that Anthony Davis doesn't want to do. Because again, if Anthony Davis is my future, why am I not trying to protect him? They've been trying to protect LeBron the last 2 years by getting him the guards that he wants, right? That's why they got Schroeder. That's why they got Russell. It's time for me to
That shit
shift
ain't
and
work. Yeah.
protect him. And then
Do they really
let's keep it. Hey,
believe?
let's keep it real though. You think LeBron gonna be mad to getting Rashawn Holmes and De'Aaron Fox?
No,
See,
not at
Hell
LeBron
all.
likes
no.
playing with those kind of guards like De'Aaron
Not at
Fox.
all.
That's
He's
why I
not
think
gonna be upset. So I
that's why I
think you
think
can.
if
No.
you
Oh,
if you
you
build
can do
around
that deal
my bad.
and get LeBron to resign for that 2 year. Really, was a 1 year deal. You can get him to resign
Hmm.
by doing that deal. I think you can.
Yeah.
And look at that team though. You got De'Aaron Fox. Me personally, I'm starting Hillbilly Kobe next year because
Hmm.
he gonna look totally different when he comes back for me next
Yeah.
year.
I
But I
totally
got
agree with
De'Aaron
that.
Fox,
A hundred
Hillbilly
percent.
Kobe. I got LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4,
1,000.
and Rashawn Holmes at the 5. That's my
If
I
starting lineup.
if
1,000%
we
Ooh-wee.
agree with
if
that.
we make that move, do you think we could keep Monk?
Oh yeah. I think
Um,
I think
Because
we would do
I
everything.
know it's already gonna be
no,
hard.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The only way we're gonna keep Monk. This is what I really believe. The only way we keep Monk
Hmm.
is if what's his name that's on the Nunn. If Nunn decides he's not gonna stay with the Lakers
Yeah.
and he's not gonna re up, then they can put Monk in his slot and do the same thing. Give him a 2 year deal, but it's an option for the player the second year, and say Monk, just stay with us 1 more year, then we'll get your bird rights,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
then you opt out, and then we can pay you. You see what I'm saying? We can pay you that money, but give us 1 more year, and then you jump up from 2 million to 6 million. We'll give you the
Doesn't
full thing. And
doesn't
I
none
think, I think none gonna
he has
resign.
to.
Yeah,
That's what I
he
was
ain't.
gonna say.
I
He
mean,
has to.
unless
He
he
ain't
So
got
he
come
much
got
of a
back and
one.
choice.
play, unless he come back and play, and then the Lakers get out of the play in, and then he plays well in the first round of the playoffs. Say he goes in and he plays half as good as he did in the finals. Remember, in the finals, he was lighting the Lakers up, y'all. He was
Hmm.
Right.
lighting the Lakers up. Say
Yeah.
he just played and he gives a glimpse of that, a team will come in and offer him a contract. They'll
That's the
come in.
only way.
They'll
Yep.
That's
come in, and then
that's the
he'll
only
go.
way.
Then he'll bounce. You know what I'm saying? But again, both these guys want to be in LA. So
Damn.
again, y'all gotta understand these guys are
Run up.
millionaires. So
Who
some
you
guys ain't greedy for the money. And when you young like that, like these guys are what, 25 and 24, 23,
Yeah.
24, 25. They think, well, shoot, I got 10 more years to get a good contract. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes these young guys, man, they'll fool you and say, "No, I can sacrifice a year or two on this money because
I'm like
doing
22.
this will give me a check." Same thing that what's his name? Montrezl Harrell did, y'all. Because he was still young, he said, "I could take the chance with the Lakers. I'll turn
Mm.
down this $100 million deal from Charlotte because I don't want to be there."
They
And
took a
take
pay
10
cut.
million. I'll take well actually took a he went up, remember, because he wasn't making that. He was making like 6, 7 million.
Mm.
So he still went up in pay, but he took a chance going to the Lakers for 1 year and bet on himself. What ended up happening was he ain't play no D. Vogel wouldn't play him, jacked him up, and look where he's at now in
He
Yo,
should have
Charlotte
took that
still.
really,
100. He should have
He's
took
Charlotte,
that
still in
100
Charlotte.
mil.
He's in
the Charlotte
Charlotte
Hornets.
on a
For way
nothing deal
less.
now.
He
But
should have
but
took
here's
that
the
100
here's the key
mil.
though, y'all. Here's the key. A lot of times, sometimes, and follow me. A lot of these guys ain't greedy like that, bro. I mean, you want to make as much as you
Right,
can make, but
right, right,
a
right.
lot of these guys are like, look, I'm a millionaire already. I can get and do anything I want to do.
Mm.
Is 100 million guaranteed better than 20 million? Yes, but I don't want 100 million, and I'm in a place I don't want to be. I would hate living there, And
Man,
again, people realize money can't cure your depression. It won't get rid of depression, bro.
I now that's a
So
that's a
so
big point for
so
him.
so some of them cats, they just don't care about the money like that. They
Mm,
like, look,
Uh,
I'd rather be happy. I'd rather be somewhere I'm happy. I'd rather have. Hey, Dennis Schroeder was another guy.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder turned the 84 down. Do you know why? He said, I want to be happy and I don't want the Lakers controlling where I go. He already knew that when the Lakers signed him, if they would have signed him to that 4 year, $84 million deal, they were
yeah, lock-
trading him.
yeah,
He
bird
knew
right,
it. And he didn't want them to have the freedom to trade him where they wanted. If he'd have
right.
signed that deal and got the money, guess where Dennis Schroeder would be right now? He would be the starting point guard for the Washington Wizards. Because they would have no, they would have included Dennis Schroeder
in that
and said
trade.
bump getting the guy they got rid of from Brooklyn. What's his name? That's in Dallas now. People
Oh yeah,
forget
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie. He was a
Dennis
part of the trade. People
Dinwiddie.
forget it was a 4-team trade. They
Mm.
still got Dinwiddie as their point guard. But with Schroeder making that kind of money, they would have took Schroeder. They would have took Schroeder. Now
Mm,
that would have helped us probably keep a player because then we wouldn't have had to add up all that salary. We might have been able to do Schroeder, Kuz, and Montrez and kept old boy because the money would have matched and kept KCP. You see what I'm saying? But again, Schroeder didn't want to give them that authority, that power over him. So he turned the money down. It backfired against him, but at least he's going where he wants to go. Now after this year, guess what he'll be able to do? He'll be able to go wherever he wants to go. Will he get
So,
the money? We don't know.
uh,
But he's
we'll
still
see.
in his 20s though.
Well, you know what I look at like the Lakers when they did Wayne and Gabriel. I just wish they would have went out there and got like it, because JaVale McGee he's playing real good in
Damn, Will Smith.
the system in Phoenix. And one player that reminds me of JaVale, kind of lightweight, is Willie Cauley Steins. And right now he's a free agent, and Sixers released him, and then they signed DeAndre Jordan, which I don't know why would they do that, but they needed a backup center. But I just think that a player like that, that can block shots, because Dwight Howard is really undersized. I mean, he's 6'9", 6'10", and he just got killed tonight. I mean, he got in foul trouble. He just does dumb stuff
It's
sometimes.
that pick and roll they get him caught up
Yeah,
in,
he
man.
just dumb, and he played good against Joel. I'm not taking nothing away from him because he 27 points, but you just don't know what Dwight Howard you're going to get. Is he going to be committed? And that's what Kobe was talking about when Kobe played with him. He said he's lazy. He don't, and I just, Willie Cauley Stein's on the market right now. He's a free agent. They needed a big man that can block shots, like you were mentioning, Elder, where somebody that
Yeah.
can take that load off
Hmm.
AD.
They
And
can't
I'm not.
find nobody
I'm
else
not
though,
going
right?
to. I'm not going to Willie Cauley Stein route just because he's very limited. He's a kind of a head case at times. That's why teams are not, sticking with him. But I think he's also in that category of being a late bloomer. A lot of these guys are late bloomers, man. I'm telling you, they developing late. They're coming in the league way too early, 18, 19 years old. And if you
Mm.
notice, they're not like somebody said that LeBron's out there playing with G leaguers. I actually disagree with that statement. He's not. Because when you look, old boy didn't go to the G League. He came out as a as an undrafted rookie, which he
Stanley
could have got
Johnson.
drafted though. Old boy, not Stanley Johnson. What Hillbilly Kobe? Remember, there were plenty of teams that wanted to draft him the second round. He told them, "Don't draft me. I don't want to be drafted. I want to be a free agent. So teams will honor that. But he would
Mhm.
have been drafted. But he came in and made a roster. That's not a he's not played one game in the G League.
Mhm.
So he ain't G League. Stanley Johnson was a number 8 pick, y'all. He's a lottery
Yeah,
pick.
that's the
No,
one.
no, Stan.
He
What I said, Elder, was they came from. They didn't like. I mean, they didn't like
I
go to
know what I know
where they
exactly
want.
what you're saying. A
Yeah,
lot of guys got to go to G League to rehab this and that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he's really not a G League player, is what I'm saying. This man was a lottery pick.
All right,
Detroit drafted him, I
Now he
think.
may had to go.
play for
He may had
Detroit.
to go
Yeah.
to the
He's a
G
good
League to
defender.
get back. But and you can see he don't belong in the G League.
Hmm.
The skill level that he has defensively and all that kind of stuff, he don't belong in the G League, and neither does Wendell Gabriel. People forget Wendell Gabriel as a rookie started in the playoffs for
And DJ
Portland
Green also
and
too.
and did well against LeBron. So a lot of times these guys just get caught in the mix, bro. I'm telling you, they get caught up in the mix. But them guys, to me, they're not G League players. They're NBA players. They are. They're NBA players. They just need the right leadership around them. And see, that's the thing I'm having problems with LeBron because I heard one person say earlier, it doesn't matter if it's church or whatever it is you're doing. The leaders got to take responsibility, even when they fault. It's always the leader's fault, in my opinion. And I'm a leader. I'm a leader of men. I'm a leader in the assembly, in the church. I'm a leader in all of that. But it's always the leader's fault because it's his job to
To get
motivate the
it, to
people.
get,
It's
yep,
his
to get it
job to
back in
influence
control.
the people to get the job done. If
That's
he
right.
can't influence them, he got to figure it out or get it done himself. You see what I'm
Or
There's
get
no
saying?
or get some
excuses,
help.
Get it
man.
done
No
himself. Yeah, no
excuses.
excuses.
Not
No.
at all.
If something go down with my community, believe you me, it ain't never nobody else's fault. I don't care if they actually did it. It's my fault. I'm the one to face. I'm the one that's in charge. I'm the one that's going to take the brunt for it. And I get what the brother was saying, though. Other people screw up. Well, the leader has to, that's part of being a leader. You have to take the blame for that person screwing up. And
And
you have
you,
to make sure that you're instructing them properly and giving them the right tools so that they don't screw up again. And I ain't seeing good leadership with the Lakers this year.
I agree with you.
One of my biggest complaints is we got all these Hall of Famers, we got all these top 75 guys,
Hmm.
right? And the
Facts.
three top 75 guys we got this playing. I can't count AD because he ain't playing. But we have LeBron, we have Melo, and we have Russ. They have not closed out games.
Yep,
They have not closed games. I got a handful of games where when it comes down to the mud and the crunch of the game that
yep.
we pulled out, right?
Port, Portland.
We
We
pulled
saw
out. Yeah,
Portland.
there's a few. But I got double the games where we've lost the lead and gave it up. And see, when you're a Hall of Famer, when you're a top 75 player all the time, that type of stuff shouldn't be on your resume. I don't go look on Magic's resume and see that. I
Facts,
don't go
L.
look on
Facts.
Jordan's resume. I don't look on Kobe's. I don't look on KD's. I don't look on none of these dudes' resumes and see that. I don't care that you 19 years in the league, 37 years old. If you can get out there and chuck up, think about it. This brother done shot more shots in the NBA than anybody this year.
I gotta push back on that a
He
little
shot
bit,
You can
Terry.
push
27
back.
shots today.
I
He
Hey,
got
shot
here.
he
27
shot. Hold
shots
on.
today.
He shot more shots than anybody in the league, right? He's scoring more
When this
points.
you talking
Cause
about
hold
this
on,
year?
this year he shot more shots than anybody in the league, and he
Uh huh.
scored more points because he's leading in the point. If you can do that, you better figure out a way to close games for me.
I agree that
We shouldn't lose 20-point leads in the second half to teams that are 10 and 11 games under 500.
That's a
I don't
I
care
collapse.
how
not
good they're playing.
That's a
I
That should
collapse
totally
for
never
no look.
any
happen. Hold
team.
on. And I don't only have one. I have three. I have three Hall of Famers, three
But
Yep.
here,
top
Facts.
75
but
players.
but but let
Facts.
me
LeBron.
but let me push
It
back on
should
that,
never
Kareem, real
happen.
quick.
You can push back.
But when we
This
go older,
I don't
he
I don't
can't push
disagree
back
that
on this
I
shit.
don't
He can't
no no
push
He can
no.
back.
try. He
Here
can
No,
try.
here's
I
here
can't from y'all. Come
let
on.
me say let me talk. I agree that he needs to close games. That's not what I'm pushing back on. I agree with that. I'm pushing back on that you mentioned five players that don't have that on their resume, and I disagree with that. Right? Like to say that LeBron has never closed games and then he has the highest clutch rating for 5 minutes or less is different.
That's a
And
lie. That's a
hold
lie.
on.
That's a made up
I
stat
know.
too.
I know,
Okay,
OG.
all right, cool.
Go
But
ahead.
this isn't KD. The reason he ended up at Golden State and now New Jersey is because he didn't close a game. He had a whole bunch of
Hold
Hall
on,
of
my brother.
Famers with him.
Hold on, my brother. Hold on. I am not talking about individual games, and I'm not talking about series. All right.
Talking about leadership.
I'm talking about a season. We
Leadership.
are 70. How many games left? y'all. It's 82 games. We're 75 games in.
Yeah,
We're
like
75
76.
games in, bro. 76 games in. And this has been a consistent pattern all year.
lead, lose it.
Now, show me another superstar in any level of their career, right? Any level of
Mhm.
their career, where they consistently show we're going to get 20-point leads and we're going to lose them. We're going to get 15, 18-point leads. We're going to lose them. And not just lose them, we lose them to teams that are bad. Think about it. We're not losing these
Bro,
leads to the
look at
good
go
teams because the good teams are just blowing us out.
This
go
is a
look
These
at
are
the
to
terribly
teams.
built
The
roster.
These are
Washington
to the.
Wizards.
Hold on, bro. These are to the Wizards. These are to the
But
Rockets. These are to the Thunder. This
I
is to
agree.
Portland. This is to bro. This
I
has been
totally agree with that.
consistent all year.
Why
I
I
are we
don't
agree
know.
with
putting
I
this
that.
on
don't.
one
I
guy
can't.
though?
Hold on, bro. I can't look at any. And I watched basketball for 42 years. I don't remember any other superstar in any level of their career showing that. I've
Showing
seen super
what?
consistently losing to bad teams when you have big leads, when you cannot close out games. I don't remember any of them
But
doing that. Now I
you
remember.
that
Hold on, bro.
I
Hold on,
disagree.
bro. I remember
I have to agree with
superstar.
him.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I remember superstars being at the end of their careers
Yeah.
and their teams being shitty, and they just
This would
bad.
be this would
They
be
just
one of them.
bad team. No, bro.
Kareem,
Hold
this
on,
ain't
bro.
one of
Time
them.
out. Stop, stop,
No,
stop.
that's a
Hold on.
lie.
Time
Oh
out. Time
That's a
out, bro.
lie.
Time
wow.
out, bro.
That's a
Time out,
lie.
bro. Time out, bro. We can't put this team in
Wow.
that cat. Hold on, bro. We can't put this team in that category because you know why? This
Why?
team started the year number 2 behind the Brooklyn Nets in Vegas
Yep.
for to win the championship. The
But
odds, hold on, bro, let me finish. The odds in Vegas said this was the second ranked team to win a championship.
okay.
They had way too much talent. This team had championship aspirations. Them teams I'm talking about that Jordan was in Wizards and Kobe at the end of his career and
They
all
never
these
lost
other
like that.
none of those teams had any level they didn't even have playoff aspirations.
Yeah.
Those teams knew they were going to be bad, knew they had old
Jordan
stars.
most,
It
yeah,
was
Jordan
more
most
like
named.
a
Yeah.
salute, get out of here.
This
Tell me another superstar at the end of his career
oh
where his
let,
team was hold on, bro, where his team was stacked and he had championship aspirations and they failed like this. Give me one other example.
hold on, let me just you just said that this team don't stink. This team has had
I
six to
did no,
eight.
bro. You're not listening. I
Hey,
didn't
Kareem,
say that, bro.
you
I
s-
didn't say that.
Man,
you
you didn't
did say
I
they
did
don't.
not
comprehend, bro.
say that, bro.
You didn't
What did you
comprehend,
I
say?
bro.
did not. You're not hearing
What
me.
you
I didn't
said they
say
were
they don't
ranked?
stink. I
What did you
said this
say?
team started the season with championship aspirations. They were ranked number
I'm
2 in Vegas.
when I heard that, but when I said this team stinks, you responded no, they don't.
I said no. This team was ranked number 2. I went back to the
Right.
beginning of the year.
I agree, but
I
you
went
still
back to the
said,
beginning.
but I know that, but I'm saying
This
you
team, hold
said
on, bro.
no,
This team shouldn't stink.
but
Name
do
me a
they?
team. Hold on, bro. Name me a team that was ranked number 2 with championship aspiration that failed this bad.
But do they stink?
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking a
You're
question. Do they stink?
yes.
All
By
right.
why though?
So
Yes, but why?
hold on.
Don't
There's
just
a
hold on, hold
bunch
on,
of.
hold on.
Because
You
this
want
is an
context? Tell
Hold
imbalanced
me
on.
why.
roster.
Tell
I
me
can tell
why.
you why. It's a bunch of reasons they stink.
Okay.
It's a
So
bunch of
And
reasons.
again,
One,
an
I'm still
imbalanced
asking you.
team,
Hold on.
bro.
I'm still asking you for another
Why
example
they
of a team.
stink?
Hold on. I'm still asking you for another team that had championship aspirations, where they were ranked in that top level at the beginning of the season by Vegas, where the real money
I,
is to win a
I,
chip,
I
and
can't.
then
I
they
can't.
failed this bad.
I can't give you that, but I'm saying, but I can't give you that. I'm gonna say that I can't give you that. But who cares what Vegas says? But besides the point, when you're talking about what the team does on the court, they stink. They've stunk since the beginning of the year. Matter of fact, they've stunk since preseason. If we
Yeah.
want to be real talk,
Yeah,
Vegas
this
is in
But
shit,
the
we knew.
Vegas.
and
But
that
Hey,
we
and
hold
knew.
on, brother.
that's a
Vegas
fact.
is in the business of making
that's a
money.
fact. Thank you.
You don't
But I
ever
know
We knew
hear
that
that.
you don't ever hear Vegas lose like
No
this
excuses, Andrew. No matter how you
unless
put it,
it's
there's
a
no
fluke.
excuse.
You know what I
And,
mean? A Buster Douglas, that's a fluke.
but we
no,
knew,
Vegas have those, but they
this
don't
team
lose
is.
like this.
Andrew.
There's no name me one
Excuses,
star,
Andrew. It's no
huh?
excuses, Andrew. It's
We
no
I'm
knew.
excuses,
not.
bro.
See, but we
There's
trying to
no.
put this all on one nigga, and
There's
this
No,
not
exactly,
no, we're not.
exactly.
Y'all
We're
ain't
There's
not. You're
no
listening.
not
Y'all ain't
listening.
that's how it
listening.
there
Y'all
sound,
is
bro.
not
no.
listening.
Hold on.
Y'all
Can I
not
can I
listening.
talk? Cause y'all
Go
ask
ahead,
me
bro.
questions
Go
and
ahead.
then interrupt it, right? So I'm
I ain't
saying
ask you a question.
that
I'm just tell you that's a story. What you're saying, it's no excuses, bro. Y'all
Exactly.
trying to make excuses.
Herm.
I'm not
Nah, he
making no
ain't giving
excuses.
that. He just said
I
this
ain't
team
making
been
no excuses.
trash.
I'm listening to him.
I'm responding to Kareem. We were having an interaction about that, right?
I'm
A
Elder. You
statement.
talking to Elder,
I'm
not
sorry.
Kareem. You
I'm sorry.
talking to Elder. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no problem.
My bad. I meant elder.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Um, we were having an interaction, and I was trying to respond to him.
Go ahead, bro.
I agree with what you're saying about closing, the responsibility to win. My point is, this team stinks, and it can't just be blamed on him as a superstar. If you put any other superstar on this team, and I'm talking about going back in history and giving them this team with this dysfunction from the top down, it will be the same result.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
I
Hey, you know
totally
what?
We can
disagree.
agree
I
to
I can.
totally
Hold
we
on,
can
bro.
disagree.
Hold
agree
on,
to
bro. Hold on,
disagree.
bro. Hold
I
on, my brother.
disagree.
Hold on. I can take a guy that's playing currently right now. That's
Who?
just as old as LeBron. If we
Who?
swap them two,
It's
this
all
team would be much
speculation, by the
better.
way.
I can
Who?
put Chris Paul on this team right now,
They'll be over
and I
500.
guarantee you, this team would be way better
Can I
with
ask
Chris
you something?
Paul than
Do you
LeBron.
take is Russ still on the team?
Even with Russ, think about it.
Is
Chris Paul just played with
He
Russ.
he dealt with Russ and
He
James
just
Harden
played with
before.
Russ. Yeah.
He played
He
with him.
dealt with Russ and Jay Hart, and all them
they
teams
was
got to the
all on the
playoffs.
same? Hold on, that's a whole different team.
Well,
Russ and
again,
James
my
Harden
Nah,
and
brother.
I
Chris
was just
Yeah,
Paul.
giving
hey,
you the
my brother,
situation.
my
But I'm
brother.
saying
Here's
that
the
that
hold
is
on, my
not an
brother,
equivalent.
my brother. Here's the key. Even with Russ, because think about it, Chris Paul would have done the majority of the ball
Chris
handling.
Paul did it.
Russ would have been a two guard. That's what
Chris
Russ
Paul
would have
did it.
been with Chris Paul.
Russ will be and
He's
still be
already
shooting off
done
the
it.
top of the backboard.
It wasn't.
Russ this year.
Hey, bro, I guarantee this: Russ would not be as bad with Chris Paul as he is with LeBron James. They've actually,
That's a
they've actually. Hold on, bro. They've actually already proved that because he's
how.
Hey,
already played with these
Chris
guys.
Paul had a Russ Ross in OKC, and he had them over 500, and they made the playoffs. So
Herm.
what y'all talking about?
The year before he
What?
came to Phoenix. Think about the year
Did.
before Chris Paul
He,
came to Phoenix.
he already
That
did.
And
roster was
In
trash.
OKC, in
That roster
OKC,
was trash.
they were trash, worse than the Lakers roster right
And
now.
they almost made the playoffs.
No, no, not
They
almost.
did
They
make the
did make the
playoffs.
He,
playoffs, bro.
They win
I,
7
That
games with
team made
Houston.
the
They win
playoffs.
7 games with Houston.
he played
That
with
team made
Gillis
the
Alexander.
I
playoffs.
can't. I don't.
Yeah.
Alexander.
You better go back and look.
I
You
no.
better go back. That was
I
2
know
years
that.
ago. That
But
was 2 years ago.
that team wasn't dysfunctional. It was a bunch of young players.
It was
It's a
young
Nah, but
mix
ball.
of
OKC
it's
Hold on,
wasn't
bro.
good.
Part of the
He dealt
reason
with
why they hold on,
Schroeder and
bro. Hold on,
everything.
bro. Hold on, bro. Part of the reason why this team is so dysfunctional, the leadership is shot.
Yep.
Chris
from where?
Paul, if you from all angles.
Thank
But
you.
here's the thing. But hold on, bro. If you've ever played,
Yes.
players can separate themselves from coaches. Players can separate themselves from front office. They
Nah,
can come
nah.
together. No, you don't believe that, bro? So
I
what
do.
is it?
No.
Oh,
Hold
I
on.
was gonna say, whoa, bro,
No.
whoa.
I agree with you. No. I agree. I
Okay,
know that.
okay,
I know the
all right.
statement is true. I'm not
No,
disagreeing
no,
with the statement.
it's factual. If you've ever been in locker rooms,
That's what I
players
said.
can
I said I know
galvanize.
that.
If you have the right leader, players can galvanize together, and they can go out there. Because again, the coach can be dumb as all crap, but he doesn't block your shot. He doesn't steal the ball from you.
Y'all
He
telling me,
still can't stop you from making plays on the court. And when you have a
but
really good leader, guys will get behind you and support you and galvanize behind you. See, Chris Paul, the way he's been leading these last few years, oh, he's doing a much better job than what
that's
LeBron's doing with
killing.
this
Y'all
team.
killing me.
Perfect example.
Chris Paul. I agree. I love Chris Paul.
And
Top point guard ever. Chris Paul
perfect
hasn't won
example.
anything in the NBA yet. He's been
And,
on multiple teams.
and
If y'all didn't learn
That
from that
doesn't mean that
OKC
doesn't mean this
situation,
that doesn't
man,
mean this team won't be
y'all
better.
just
Now,
blind.
I'm not saying I didn't say that the Lakers would be a championship contending team with Chris Paul. I just said
Uh,
they would. I guarantee you they'd be in the playoffs, and they definitely wouldn't be freaking 10, 11 games under 500.
that's a
Hell no.
very that's a take, but that's an opinion and a
Yeah, you're right.
How
hypothetical,
that's an
You're right.
opinion?
right?
You're right.
How
Right?
No,
that's
no,
an
it's an
opinion?
opinion because we don't know because he's never done it. But when you watch Chris
He
Paul
done it with a
history
terrible
with these
team
last few
before.
teams, you
And
see, because I
I'm with
promise you
you.
this, that OKC team was much worse
No,
and a lot less talent than the Lakers got right now. A
hey,
lot less.
I'm with you, Elder. Chris Paul is one of the best leaders in basketball over the course of basketball, right? One
Yeah,
top point guard.
I actually hope he win this year.
Me too.
I agree.
I actually
So
hope he win this year so he
I
can get
just
that
disagree
stigma
that
off his back.
I think this team sucks so bad And maybe if you said Chris Paul at the beginning,
I did say
you
that.
know. No, I'm saying this is me saying. This is me
Yeah.
saying it, not you. I'm saying
I,
maybe if you saying Chris Paul at the beginning could have steered it in a different direction. At this point, this team is
no, no,
broken.
but
They
look,
garbage.
Look,
They're not
Andrew. Y'all talk about Frank Vogel as a bad coach. Shit,
absolutely.
Billy Donovan can't tie Frank Vogel's shoes. Billy Donovan wasn't a
I
good coach
agree.
at OKC,
Sure
and look
wasn't.
what Chris Paul did with that team. So that's why we
Honestly,
saying what we saying
bro,
But
about
did
I
Chris
done
CP3.
Paul
played.
did
I
Chris
done
Paul
played.
say that?
He doesn't have to.
They had a
Chris
good
Paul.
working
He lead
relationship.
by
Hey,
example
bro,
though. Chris
bro.
Paul
Here's the
lead by
thing. Here's the
example, bro.
thing. If you got a good floor general that's a very good leader, all he does is make the coach look good. Billy
Right.
Donovan would have been a dumbass to challenge anything that Chris Paul was doing in OKC when he
But
was
he didn't
making this team that should have been a tank team. He
but he didn't
pissed
have
off.
to
Hey, Chris Paul pissed off front office. That's what they traded his ass. They didn't resign him.
but he didn't have to
They wanted to
bench.
tank. They
He didn't
wanted.
have to
Well,
he didn't
he
have to
what?
bench his starting point guard. That's my
Yeah,
point.
he was. But what I'm saying is this:
This year they benched their starting point guard multiple times.
who did?
The Lakers.
No, we haven't, because our
No, they
starting point guard
didn't.
is
Y'all haven't
Russ.
bench Russ. That
Our
was the
start
main
we ain't
headline.
we ain't bench
That was
Russ
the
one
main
time. What is
headline.
you
Y'all would
talking
have bench
about?
Russ. Y'all would have
I'm
been.
in
Y'all
the
should
fourth
have
You
quarter.
talking
been
about
benched
you
him.
In
talking about in the
the
fourth quarters?
yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir. That's what
happened
I mean.
twice, bro. That's happened twice.
That's more than
Two
one. That's
times.
multiple. I think
Okay,
it's happened
bro.
more
All
than
right, bro.
twice.
It
I think
hasn't.
it's
It's
happened
happened
more than
two
twice.
times, bro. It's only happened twice. But again, that's not benching him. That's just not playing him in the fourth quarter. That's not playing him down
Of
the stretch
course,
because he
but
don't have a
somebody
jump shot, bro. You can easily
I
justify that. But
no
I
no
guarantee,
but
hey, I
I'm
guarantee that game he still played over 25 minutes.
but my point is that was controversy. That was dysfunction. That was
I guarantee
disruption in
this.
the
I
locker room.
guarantee
That's my
this.
point.
Well, you know what? That's just my opinion. But I guarantee you they would have had none of that if Chris Paul was there. Because again, the ball is going to be in Chris Paul's hands, and he's going to be making the decisions, not
That
Russ.
if you saying that worked, then it should have worked with the other people he was with.
Who? The other people who
Come
was
Chris
with?
on,
Paul.
bro.
Chris
It
Paul.
Come
We
did,
on,
could go
bro.
down the
bro.
list.
It did.
He
All
led
the hold
lesser
on, bro.
teams.
All those teams, he at least got to the playoffs. Now, did they win the chip? No. Sometimes talent, sometimes they choke, sometimes coaching. You got a lot of different things. But the one thing you
That's
can't deny,
leadership. We just talked about that. If you
again,
saying
there's
they choked, that's partly leadership. The leader got to
brother.
take some of that
You know
blame.
what? I guess I'm done. I'm done because I can tell you hell bent on defending LeBron, which actually I started off by saying are three Hall of Famers.
Now
They
I'm
should be
not. I'm
closing.
not. I'm
Y'all are
not.
taking hold on. Y'all are taking this like I'm just coming at LeBron. I
Elder. I'm not
actually started
defending
this
LeBron.
conversation. Hold on,
Look,
hold on. I started this conversation by saying we should close games better because we have three Hall of Famers, three 75 top 75 players, and they should be able to close. It's turned into a y'all trying to point this all at one person. I didn't
I
point it at
never.
LeBron.
I didn't say. I didn't say that.
Somebody
Somebody
said
else
that.
said that.
Somebody in here
Somebody
said
else said
that.
that wasn't me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was talking about Dwight Howard, Melo,
I'm
and
talking
Russ.
about Melo, Russ, and because I don't expect Dwight to close, but I'm talking about Russ, I'm talking about Melo, and I'm
I
talking about
only.
LeBron.
I did, but I
Those
did.
three on the
I,
team, we should never have an issue with closing out games, especially when Melo big shot maker,
I
especially
agree.
when Russ
We
take
can
more
move.
shots
We
than
can move
anybody.
on. We can move on. But I'm just saying. I'm not defending LeBron just by
All right.
disagreeing. Right? I have a
He's not
disagreement. And
led, he has not led this team good at all this year. He has not done his job as the player that should lead. He's the team captain, he's the best
I
player.
think he
He
has had
ain't
some
done
bad leadership.
He's had
I
bad
agree.
leadership.
I
Vogel's had bad leadership. Palinka's
exactly.
had bad leadership, and
I
so has
agree.
Genie.
1,000. I started out saying that.
Yeah.
I started out saying that before you
Hmm.
came on, maybe. But I said
I got you.
I was the
I
one who
got
said leadership from the top down.
you. Yeah.
Everybody deserves the
But
blame.
I don't absolve LeBron because what a lot of people do, they'll say that, but then they'll only focus on Palinka or they only focus on Vogel. They
Or
won't go to
Russ.
They or Russ. They won't go to LeBron's portion of it because
Or
they give
even
him a
AD.
or
Hell, they'll
they give
blame
him a
AD.
they yeah they
T-
do. They'll give him
I
a pass because he's in
nope.
year 37 and or
I
he's 37 years old or he's in year 19. He ain't
I
getting no pass because
his
he has the greatest expectation because he's the leader of this team.
I agree. I said his on the court antics. To me, I've said that multiple times. His
Oh yeah.
on the court antics, his body language, his pointing fingers
His
at
style of
players.
hold on, bro. His style of play is bad for the Lakers. Let's just keep it real. When have you ever seen LeBron James out of these 19 years, well, 18 before this year, when has he ever led the league in shots? When has he ever been score first type of player? When
But
has he
hold on,
ever? Now, see,
we
hold on,
can.
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
saying we can move on because now you're gonna say I'm defend. I didn't bring. I was talking about how bad, but I'm not gonna agree with you on every point of why. I have my reasons why I think he was a bad leader.
I
Like that
got
could
you.
be your reasons.
Do
You
you,
know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying?
ask you a question then, since we're gonna go there. Do you think his style of play has been bad for the Lakers? Yes or no?
I I think at times it can, but I also think that on this squad that he has, he needs to score and shoot. I think he needs to shoot more. I put it that way. He needs to shoot more.
Hey, ball is life.
You
Hop
don't.
on the
You don't
panel,
get it,
man, so I
man.
can cook your
You
silly ass
you
I think we
as
you
disagree. I
usual.
don't
don't
get
think
it,
we can
bro.
say I don't get
You
it.
don't get
You
it.
know,
Because you
hey,
don't never
hey,
keep the same
Elder,
He's
energy, ball
I
more.
is life.
Hey, hold
respect.
on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. He has shot the ball more than anybody in the league. How can he shoot more, bro? He's taking
I
more
think
shots
he.
than
So, for
anybody in the league.
example, he took 27 shots tonight. He should have took 40. To put it
Well,
like that. There's a lot of other
And
superstars who
bro,
taking
they
those
would have.
40
Hey, bro,
shots.
if he'd have took 40, I promise you the Lakers would have lost by 15. They lost by
Hey,
20.
I think that's your
That
opinion.
doesn't.
I
No,
think
it
when
ain't
you
my
Elder, when you
opinion, bro.
say,
Hold
hold
on,
on,
bro. Bro, hold
bro,
on.
you've been
Why
telling
you
me to
say?
hold on a whole
Okay,
bunch.
you go ahead, bro.
Salute,
You go ahead,
salute,
bro.
humble,
I'm gonna
salute,
listen to
humble.
you then. I'm gonna listen to you
I'm gonna
since you
be
got the
quick. I'm
answer.
gonna be quick,
Go ahead.
Elder. I'm gonna be quick. I promise. Yeah, you clock me 30 seconds. I know you say I don't get it, but I just would rather that be that we disagree because I've heard people that are in the league that are commentators say exactly what I just said, right? Both former players and analysts. So I understand that you are of the opinion that his style and his shot taking or whatever causes the Lakers a problem.
mhm.
I disagree. I don't absolve him of responsibility for their losses, but I disagree on some of the whys.
That's amazing that you would say that you would try to use analysts to justify your statement. But the
No, no,
fact,
no.
hold on, let
I,
me finish. I let you
no.
talk. You said let you run for 30
All
minutes.
right,
I
all
let
right,
you
I
30
got
seconds. I
30
let you
seconds. I
run.
got you. All
Let
right,
me run for 30 seconds then, I
all
guess.
right, all right.
It's funny you would use that because those same analysts like you don't have any stats to back up your statement that you think by him shooting more would benefit them more. Because the key is this: the more shots he has taken, which he's never done in his career, look at the record that the Lakers have, a record that he's never had. If he was more of a facilitator like he's been in the past, I think this team would be much better.
To who?
I think it would be much better.
Who is he facilitating to?
Hey, the
All them
same.
broke
Hold on,
shots?
bro. Hold on, bro. The same weak people he's facilitated to when he made it to the championship, and they said, "Well, them guys shouldn't even been there." When he made it to what years? What oh
Oh,
07,
That
2011, all these teams that
Brutus and
shouldn't have made it.
was all better. Was all
2015,
better than the people he
all
got
those.
now.
No,
Birds.
they're not. No, they're not.
Why
Stop
Come
it,
on,
bro.
man.
Stop it, bro.
These
Don't tell
old,
me that
these
oh
old
07
I'm
team.
from
Don't
Ohio.
tell me that oh
geezers.
07 team got
Ohio,
more talent
Bruce.
than this team got, bro.
Hey, man.
Stop it.
He
I'm
was a
from
Stop it.
lot younger too, though. He was like
Stop
younger
it,
too,
bro.
though.
Again,
That's true.
you're
Mhm.
saying who he
He was a
gonna
lot
pass to.
younger.
Hey, passing is the same. The same level of talent guys he passing to.
Brutus
He's
Gargano.
passing now. He's passing at least the Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
He's passing to top 75
Come
players.
on,
Get
you
it
you
done.
you can't be watching the games. You
I'm
can't be.
bro. I am watching every
Got
game
you.
of the Lakers.
So they got knocked down. They
I
got
can
knocked down
tell you
shooters.
this. I can tell you.
Who?
No, we don't have a bunch of
All right.
knockdown shooters, but
Thank you.
it doesn't
Who
matter.
is
I can.
who is the
It's a
knockdown
hold on, bro.
shooter?
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
Because we muck
Hold on.
can't shoot.
Why is the Lakers offense in the last 5 games been the best offense in the league? Well, the top 3 offense in the league. Don't tell me scoring. Scoring has never been a problem for the Lakers all
No,
year.
they can score.
It has not been scoring. It's been defense. It's been camaraderie. It's been communication. We've
Communication.
had way too many defensive breakdowns. You
So
never
now we're
see.
talking
Hold
about
on, bro. You
defense.
never see,
Hold
bro.
on. You moving the needle.
That is. I'm not moving the needle.
Your
That
first
is,
statement had nothing to do
oh
with
my god,
defense.
Listen,
The reason.
brother. We're
it's
talking about the
hey, man,
teams and
it's the
leading the
analytics of the
team.
game, man. The
We're talking
analytics.
about leading the team in the right way. Him taking and jacking up a bunch of shots, that's not helping this team win. Look at the results of him doing something he's never done in 19 years. In 18 years of play, he's never done what he's doing in year 19. And look at the results of it. See, you and those analysts will say,
Ah,
well, he
no.
has to shoot more. This
Heck
team
no.
sucks. No, we don't.
Heck no.
This team
We
can
okay.
score if he gets
All
them
right.
involved properly.
Hey,
They should sit them, and I bet you they won't
let
make the playoffs.
me
I
say this.
Brother,
guarantee
Hey,
it.
you know what? That's fine. Trade his ass then. Don't just sit
They
him.
should. They
Trade his
should.
ass. I
They
wish they
should
would
trade
then.
him.
I
I
wish
wish
they
they
would
would
Let me say
too.
this. Let me say
because
this.
anybody
LeBron,
that looks at anybody that looks at this, see LeBron jacking more shots than he's ever jacked in his career, scoring more points than he's ever scored, right? He's leading the league in scoring, jacking more shots, but they're 12 games under 500. And
And
you
that's
tell
not
me,
the whole
hold
reason why.
on.
You tell me
You
that's the
tell
reason why?
me, he needs to shoot more.
Are
That's
you
a
telling
person,
me?
that's a
Wait,
person that
that's
don't understand
because
basketball.
that's
That's what I'm
because
saying.
no, that's the person who
They don't
disagrees
understand
with your.
basketball.
That's
That's
the
I don't
person
think
that
you understand
disagrees with your
basketball.
take.
And you know what?
I really do.
I've never
You
been on a
probably the
team.
first person that ever said
I've
that.
never no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
To me, to me,
Guys that
no,
know
to
basketball.
me,
Okay, you
to
need to talk
me.
to more guys that know basketball.
All right,
Because guys that have ever played the
let's
game and
be.
understand it, they
I
understand.
know.
You don't turn from a facilitator
to a
to a
score.
You,
scorer.
wait a
You
minute.
don't.
Hold on.
You
Hold
don't.
on.
He
You just
always
said.
been a
Hold on.
scorer first.
Hold
He
on.
Not
always was a scorer first.
Hold
he's
on,
not been that
Elder.
first.
You just
He's not.
said that I need to
He
talk to
scored
guys that
first, man.
you just told me I need to talk to guys that play basketball, but invalidated the point that I said I've heard this take from guys who played basketball
Give me
at the
those
highest
names. Give me those
level.
names. Give me those
Tim
names.
Legler, Jason
Uh,
J.
hold
Williams,
on. What are both of those guys known for doing?
James Worthy.
Shooting
What are
three.
all you naming three
Hey,
scores? You just named three
What
scores.
does it
Thank you.
matter? They're commentating.
No.
Who cares? They're not playing.
Jason
I
They're
Wayne,
got you, bro.
commentating. That's their
Jason
basketball opinion.
Passer, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It don't validate that makes it right. Everybody got an opinion. Because here's the key.
Exactly. I agree with that. So let's
What
make it
hold
your
on, bro.
He had
opinion.
a
And now
What
I don't
here's the
understand
thing though.
basketball.
What your opinion, we're seeing what it does. LeBron is shooting more and they're losing more games.
Is that the
That's the
reason they're
fact of
losing?
it. Yeah.
Are you saying
Part
they're
of it.
losing game?
It is part
Wait,
of it. Yes.
that's part of it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
how big?
That
How
is
big?
part
Put
of
a
it.
and,
number
Bro,
on it.
and
who can put
what
a number on that?
can I say
You
this
Who
real
can
can.
quick.
You
do that?
said it's part of it. A
It
part is a
is.
part. A
I
part of the
can't
whole is
quantitate
what?
a number
What
of it.
part? All right. So
I can
what
tell you
percentage?
this. If
You're not going.
LeBron James, I
Hold
don't
on.
have a percent. Nobody knows a
Okay. All
percentage.
right.
If LeBron
What?
James
You made
did
the
his
statement.
that
But
don't mean I
let me
know a
say,
percentage, bro. What is you
You
hey,
can. A
let me can I
percentage is your opinion. You can give.
can I say something? Can I say
You can
something?
give your percentage opinion.
And
yeah,
That's what I'm
go
saying,
ahead,
Elder.
bro. You can
talk about
talk,
a
bro. The
percentage,
other
man.
guy, you can talk.
Listen, let me say this. All right. Now look, when LeBron James first came to Cleveland, I'm from Ohio, right? I used to play semi-pro basketball, right? For the Italian Red Dogs. And when you look at the game of basketball, how LeBron James, when he first came in the league, to how he plays
Mr.
now,
Rev in the bill.
he was a passer, right? Facilitator, right? He would penetrate, he could dunk the ball, but he would pass the ball. But now he's and what Elder is saying now, he's scoring, passing less. Now he plays a lot of positions, the center position, small forward. He brings down the ball. He does a lot of things to the game, but he's kind of moving away from what has made LeBron James LeBron James. He's durable and he does a lot of things, but he was winning in his position. I'm not saying stay in your lane, but it's kind of like when LeBron James, he's 6'9", he can break down. Look, nobody's gonna stop him from going to the basket, but he could do more with just breaking down the offense. You got Monk out there, you got Carmelo out there, you got Reeves out there, you got some shooters. Even DJ Augustine last game scored 20, and they lost that game against the Wizards. But it was a game that LeBron James. You could tell sometimes there's games where LeBron James he's playing within the flow of the offense. He's not jacking up shots. I wouldn't say jacking up shots. I would say forcing shots. Like at the end, it was a couple seconds to go where he shot a 3 and barely touched the rim. And
This
so
game, right? You're talking about this game, right?
I'm talking about this game and other
Right.
games. And I watch. I'm from Ohio, man. I seen LeBron.
No. I was saying the specific shot you just.
I seen LeBron James play, right? So,
Mhm.
so I follow the game. I'm a student of the game of basketball. I play basketball. My coach was Bob Love, played for the Bulls, NBA player, right? So when you talk about LeBron, you'll see different games where he just got it going. He had it going the first quarter. Okay, he was shooting. All right. Now it's time to get other players involved. And sometimes that is being a leader when you got it going. So now let's get the other players and let's get Reeves going. Let's get THT going. Let's set some picks. Let's penetrate. Try to get other people going. Dwight, There was a pass he made to Dwight Howard, and Howard made a hook shot, or it was a runner, but it was an assist that was caused by LeBron. But when he's taking I would say, like you said, 40 to 50 shots, and he has to shoot those shots, and those other players, when you look at, and I said this earlier, when you look at the stats of the Lakers and you look at the stats, the double figures of the Pelicans, Murphy was in double figures. CJ McCollum started off having a bad shooting night, but he hit some clutch baskets. He was in double figures at the end of the game. Okay, so Ingram came back, had like 20-something points. Then Vujicic, he was in double figures. So
Right.
everybody,
Agree. It's Cascade Street.
everybody was had their game going, man.
I
Even
disagree with that.
Jones made a clutch shot. That was sticking LeBron, one of the rookies. He made a layup. He made a clutch shot. So everybody, the confidence level was up. When you start passing the ball, everybody feels confident. And so when you start taking shots, like LeBron starts taking shots, and he's not getting people going, and he's the veteran, and even though Carmelo Anthony, he's got to get everybody else involved. He's the leader. And that's not, I'm not saying that he can't do it, but
So was 27 shots too much for LeBron
what I'm
tonight?
saying is Magic
How
was
many
That's not
assists?
what he
How
do
many
though.
assists? How many assists did he have?
7. I think it was 6. I think it was like 6 or 7 average. But deep.
No, tonight.
Hey, Andrew,
Tonight, how many assists did he have?
hold on, Andrew. I'm gonna tell you this. DeMar DeRozan is a scorer slasher. He's like a slasher, right? He's the best mid
And
range shooter.
LeBron will score first player, bro.
Now
Huh?
he is.
I'm sorry, Herm. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I say he just scored first player now, bro.
Now
Right,
You
he
know,
is.
he
right.
ain't
He's totally
facilitating
changed.
like that.
He's
But
totally
what
changed his
I say,
game.
he averaged DeMar DeRozan averaged like I think 5 or 6 assists a game.
Five assists. He had 5 assists tonight.
Okay, but he
LeBron
averaged
did.
like 5
He
or
had
6.
5 assists, 9
And
rebounds.
this is
Five
funny.
assists.
Check. Hold on. Check this out. Because we talked
So
about Vegas earlier, right? Hold on. We talked about Vegas earlier. Vegas had the Lakers losing this game. They had the Pelicans plus 2.5,
yeah, I
and
saw
they had the over under on LeBron assists 6.5.
6.5.
They already know if he ain't facilitating, the Lakers ain't winning the game, and he
No,
ain't been facilitating this year.
nope.
Not as much as he should.
Been scoring.
He has not been facilitating, and the Lakers are losing. So for people to sit here and say he needs to go more away from facilitating and score more, you ain't watching the games.
That
Him
I
scoring,
didn't say
him
that. I
him
didn't say that,
scoring. Hold
Elder.
on. When you say take more shots, you mean score more. When
No,
you
no.
tell a man, hold on. When you tell a man he needs to take more shots,
You
you
don't know.
want him to score the
We
ball
keep
more.
we keep taking what I'm saying out of context.
I don't
Yeah, but
My
that
understand
my
that
how I'm
my
affect
taking
my
that out of
my
context,
that
bro.
because
I
you
don't
affect people
understand that.
games like Russ.
You
Russ
use
will
Jay
never be in the
Williams.
flow of
Hold
the
on,
game
Herm.
and
Hold
all.
on, Herm. You use Jay Williams. You use Legler,
let's go
and you
back
use the
to
other. You use the other guy,
Elder.
and you said all
I
of them
did.
agree. Hold on.
You asked me for names.
You said all of them agreed
You
that
asked me for
LeBron should. Hold
names.
on. You said all of them agreed with you that LeBron should take more shots. If you telling me LeBron should take more shots, you're saying he needs to score more. That's
You
what you're
no,
saying.
no, that they're taking it out of context, bro. Can I
Oh my
repeat
God.
what happened?
Go ahead,
You
bro.
started. I said we could move on. I said I'm going to disagree with you about why. I said I blamed him. I'm gonna disagree with you about why. When you start saying you said that his style of play is to blame, and you said because he takes too many shots, and I said in response to that he should take more, and that's where that conversation came in
How
at.
am I taking out of context if you telling me he should take? I'm telling you he's
I
taking too many shots, and
uh-huh.
you say he should take more. That means you want
Right.
him to score more points.
On
If
this
you're
team.
taking if you're taking
Yes.
shots, you means you want them person to score more points. Now, mind you, he's already leading the
I
league in
don't
scoring.
necessarily want him to score more points. I was responding to
Why
you
the
saying that's
hell would you want him to take more shots
hold on.
then?
It was in
Why would you
response to
want him to? Why would you want him to take more shots?
I don't necessarily
Regardless of your response to who, why
I
would
think
you ever say take more shots?
I think the shots he's taking right now is fine. 27 shots, I'm fine with
See,
LeBron on this team.
he has this generation so fooled. And I'm talking about this, and I'm not saying you're a part of this genre, but I'm saying
I'm definitely
this
not a part of
this
this
genre
generation.
of basketball watchers, he's got y'all so fooled with these stats. He really
I've watched.
does.
Hey, Magic was
To
my
sit
favorite
here,
player.
to sit, he's
Lakers.
mine,
Oh,
but to
did
sit
you?
here and watch him score the way he's scoring, and then to justify it, it's
I,
really
I
sad. It's
just
really
don't blame.
asinine.
Here's the disagreement, and I'll stop and let somebody else talk. I don't. I have some blame for him. I believe he's part of the blame for their losing. I believe he's a leader, and he has a lot of the blame amongst others that I named from the top down. I don't believe that the blame he has is the amount of shots he's taken this year. That's where I disagree.
Okay.
I agree with that. If it don't matter if you take them or not, they still losing.
Thank you.
I don't. I think they will win more if he was more of a facilitator and not trying to score as much. Because again, it's never been his part of the game. And this is the thing, if you play and you have a point guard, it is his job to facilitate and to run that offense and to quarterback that defense. And if you got a guard, see, this is why Anthony Davis has been part of why he's been horrible the last couple of years. Because he realized I'm playing with guys that don't give a flip about me and me being productive out here. They don't get me the ball in good spots. They leave me hanging on defense. Big men are notorious for saying, you know what, bump that. If you want me to block shots, you want me to run this floor, you want me to bang inside here with all these guys and take all these bumps and bruises, you better feed me. Every
Oh
big
yeah.
man that's good, I know, wants that damn ball. Look, you even got a guy in Utah who can't even score inside. And the reason him and Donovan Mitchell are arguing, guess why? Donovan Mitchell has no idea how to feed him the ball. None.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell don't know how to feed what's his name?
Gobert?
They big man.
Gobert?
Gobert. He does it. Why do you think these two are always at odds with each other? If you watch them play, Donovan Mitchell was horrible for Gobert. He does nothing to feed him. Leaves him out to dry all the time on the defensive end. Gobert is like, look, I ain't finna just constantly clean up your mess so you can run a gun and shoot threes all day and shoot these stupid ass layups you do when you don't take care of me. Now he loves Conley. You never hear him and Conley have a problem. Why? Conley knows how to feed the big man. He's a pure point guard, but Conley's always hurt.
Yeah, I think that's the issue with a lot of
So
guards.
I'm
That
gonna tell
that
you
that
right
happened
now.
years ago.
This I'm telling you, bro. That
But AD not a
Utah
big
is
man.
if you he is a big man. If
No,
Utah was
he wants the
if
ball on the
Utah,
elbow.
it doesn't matter. That's still a big man. If
They put they,
Utah was
they give it to
smart,
him right there.
if Utah was smart, they get rid of Donovan Mitchell and get a package for him because you got too much invested in Gobert to get rid of him. I would get rid of Donovan Mitchell and get a package while he's hot because you're never going to win with those two together. They don't mix. They oil and water. You need a guy that knows what the heck he doing. You need a more pure point guard that can stay on the court. Their problem is they brought in guys like Rubio, old boy Conley. They just can't stay healthy. They can't stay healthy. But I can tell you this: Donovan Mitchell, he's the worst thing for Gobert.
Yeah,
Get rid of him, send him to New York, get
I
back somebody that can play.
agree
but
with that.
Donovan also is a shooting guard. That's not his role. Even
Again,
though he got the
these
ball a lot,
all
that's
these
not his
guys.
role.
Because how big is Donovan Mitchell? Do you know how tall he is?
He about 6'5".
Like six
No,
two.
no. He's 6'2", bro. He's just
Dog
Six
athletic.
two,
He's
man.
6'2",
six
and
two,
he.
and he about
I'm
six.
telling you, bro. He makes you
How
think
mental
he
six,
is.
bro?
He's
Damn.
6'2", bro. All these guards that are two guards that play in the point, they really just the small two guards. The
Yeah,
Currys,
he
the
just
Russes,
elite,
the
man.
Donovan Mitchell. All these guys are just undersized two guards is what they are, and they're passing. Dame Lillard, they're all passing off as point guards. They're not true point guards,
Yeah,
bro.
Lillard
They
like 6'3".
don't facilitate, and they don't know how to feed the big men. This is why these guys never win. Name out of those guys, name me one of them that's a winner.
Yep.
You're not winning with guys like that. This is why I told you guys you're not winning with Russell Westbrook.
Well,
If he your main clog, you're not winning with that nigga.
I'm telling you, with all these players, I mean, you're gonna have, by that estimation, you're only gonna have like 5 winners every generation.
Well,
'Cause
you're gonna
every
have to add it up.
generation, you got
And
guys who
beside,
get a lot
hey,
of
and
stuff, and they're
honestly,
not gonna be able to win.
besides Steph,
No, Steph been shooting
he's
rapper.
the he's the real true only one that's actually been able to kind of do it. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason Steph can get away with it
Play because
is he's not greedy taking the majority of the shots.
yeah,
He shares the shots with Clay
he
and the other
play.
dudes. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He's
Even
humble
when
about what he does. He ain't selfish like the Donovan Mitchells and the
yeah,
Russell Westbrooks and all. That's why Steph has been able to get away with it.
But I think
You know,
no, and also too is these guys young and they playing right now. They playing for the excitement, for the crowd, for the fans. It's not necessarily playing for the championship.
and that's their
It goes
problem.
and it goes. I don't think it's their problem. It's just they got to get there. They got to mentally get there.
One of
Everybody, every great player took them a while to get there. And it's either
I
do
don't.
they want to
You
do it
telling
now
me? Hold on,
or
bro.
do they
You
want to do
telling
it later?
me when Magic and Jordan and all them guys came in, they didn't want to win from the jump?
No, I'm talking. It takes them just because they everybody want to, but do
No,
you?
no, 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 no,
That's
no,
what I'm
no, bro.
saying.
I'm
That's
talking about these cats. Hold on, bro. I'm talking about these guys play basketball to
Donovan
win.
Mitchell wants to. Donovan
I don't
Mitchell
think
went
so.
in there.
I don't
What did
think
Donovan
so.
Mitchell do against Russell Westbrook?
I know he
He
cried.
won.
I know.
he's
He
not
won
Utah,
in the playoffs.
he's not going to win in Utah. He will not win a championship
He,
in
he,
Utah.
he won in Utah as
He's
a
not
what? As a
going
young
Uh,
player
to win
in
in
the
Utah.
playoffs.
It's not going to happen.
No,
yeah,
he
they're
already
not gonna
did
happen.
it. He did it
No, they're
already.
not. They ain't made to no conference
He made it
finals,
to the
and he ain't made
final,
it.
but I'm
He
saying
ain't made to no final.
it takes steps. Isaiah Thomas, it
Yeah.
took steps. Jordan, it
Mm.
took steps. Everybody
He's
took steps.
not
That
man.
was hold on, bro. That was them developing their teams to
Yeah.
get enough
That's and
talent
the same
around them to win.
and same way
Don't
with
tell me.
Donovan
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Look at Utah's team, bro. Come on. You telling me that team ain't got enough talent?
to
Look
do
at
what?
that team,
That team never had enough
bro.
time to win a championship.
Oh my
It's
God.
not going to happen, man.
Who
I'm sorry, bro. I look
you
at
think
that
they had enough
team.
talent to win a championship over the
Yes,
Lakers
Memphis,
and
yes,
the
bro.
Bulls?
Yes,
No,
bro.
no, they
They
did
got
not.
enough. They got
They
enough
got
talent.
three shooters. They did not have enough talent. They
I think
never
they
did.
have enough, bro. They got a very balanced team. Their
And it's been
problem is
and
this:
it's been
their
teams throughout
number
the
one player,
years
their
who
number
can
one player
win
is a
in the regular
momentum
season.
killer. That's their problem. Their number one player is a
What?
momentum killer. He is Donovan Mitchell. He's a momentum
That
killer.
number one player helped them beat OKC now.
That's what he makes everybody
They,
think
and
is
they
his
could have said
40
the
and
same
50
thing about
point games.
and
But
they could have said the
if he
same thing.
facilitated more,
Look,
they wouldn't have to
Elder,
worry about him scoring 40, 50 points.
Elder, and you could have said the same thing about Isaiah Thomas when he played for the Pistons. You could
Hey,
have
I'm gonna
said the
tell you,
same thing about
no,
Michael Jordan
no,
when he
because
played
I
for the Bulls. You could have said the same thing about LeBron James when he was in the Cavs the first time. The number one player is a momentum killer. They had to learn, give him a chance to grow. These guys can't walk in and win right off the rip.
What happened? He got kicked off.
Yeah, I guess he bounced out.
Uh, I'm not building around Goldberg or AD. AD can't stay healthy enough. I mean, if was the fifth, we all be drunk. He didn't show me he get injured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
not building around neither of them. To me, Goldberg hasn't. I mean, he's a great. Well, some say he's a great defensive player. Some say he's not.
he
So
is he's a great rim protector. You don't have a lot of
Oh,
those.
I'm back in now. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
I got kicked out. I mean, I can't deny he's a great player. He got 3 defensive players of the year awards, bro. I mean, how can I say a man not a great defensive player and he won 3, not 1, not 2. He's won 3 defensive player of the year awards, bro. He's a great
mhm.
defender. He is.
no,
Now
no, I was just saying some.
he may not be as versatile as other guys, but he is a great defender.
Yeah, I don't disagree or I don't agree or disagree.
You
I'm just
said you
saying
can't build around AD, but AD won a championship already.
I was speaking of that from his injury, right? I was
I
saying from
got you. I
his
got you.
injury
He's
perspective,
too
and
injury
I'm
prone to build around him.
to build around for the future. Like to
I
me,
got you.
you know, and with Goldberg, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying a lot of there are
I
NBA
wasn't.
players who say he's not. There's
Yeah,
people who say he is
I wasn't say build around Gobert, but you have a block there already. You got
with
a
the other
huge
talent.
claw. And again, I know these two can't win together. So what I'm gonna do? Waste. You know what I mean? At least John Stockton knew how to feed the big man. So you got one of the best scorers of all time. Hold on, you got one of the best scorers of all time in Karl Malone, and you got Stockton, who was the number one assist guy. They didn't win a chip, but they sure got along for all those years, didn't they?
Hmm.
Oh,
These two ain't getting along. So you're gonna play both of them all this money just to not get along and not to be able to. They're gonna be worse than at least Carl and them got to the championship. At least they was contending for the chip every year.
I don't think
Not these
Mitchell want
dudes.
to stay anyway though. I think he
That's
gonna try
why
to get
I would trade his
out of there when
tail.
he can.
I would get him out of here right now because I think I have a better chance of putting the right pieces around with the guys I got, starting with Gobert, than keeping Mitchell. I would get rid of him. I would let
Same.
him bounce.
So would you take who you gonna get for him?
Whoever, bro. Think
Like
about it.
that would I'm saying that
It's
would
a
fit
hey.
better with
Some
the team.
teams would love to have him because a lot of these teams know they never gonna probably compete for a championship. So
No,
they
I know
looking
you
at the
could get something
dollars.
for him. I'm saying who would
Oh,
you
absolutely.
want
I mean, I'd have to
back?
think about it. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about it because I want somebody or players coming back because there's gonna be multiple players. Hopefully, I would want players coming back that I thought would fit good with their team. They won't keep the D. They would play better D than Mitchell because he don't play good D, and they would work better with Gobert. So that would be the type of player I'm looking for. Somebody I think that's gonna. Oh, I tell you who I get. I tell you exactly who I would get. I tell you exactly who I would get. I will go to Indiana and trade with them. Yep. I will go trade with Indiana. He can go to Indiana.
For who?
Yep. Give me back Brogdon. I'll take him
Okay.
all day, every day. And then you throw in whoever else. What's the one dude? T.J. Warren, whoever. I don't care. You know, whoever. But Brogdon, I would much rather have him on that team.
Mm, interesting. They asked, are the Lakers making the
Why is
play?
it calling
Are the
me?
Lakers making the play out?
What the hell happened? Show.
Yeah, they might make it. Yeah, they got a good chance.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
But
I told
they got a
I told
decent
Gr-
chance. I'm gonna drop it down from good though. I'm gonna drop it down notch.
no. I don't think they making the play in. I think they got a chance, but I don't think they making it.
did,
I don't have any confidence.
did Braun tweak his ankle tonight?
Yep.
They can't sit. He man, he can't sit. He can't sit the next game.
They say they don't need them. Let them sit. Let's see if they make the play. They might as well cancel the season right now anyway. So forget it. Let's see what it's going to be without them. They might play hard and win a couple games, but I mean, they're not going to beat the Mavs. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, that's what they play next, the
They
Mavs.
play the
Damn.
Mavs on Tuesday.
And they just beat somebody tonight. Man.
They might not beat the Mavs with LeBron playing.
It's like this. Anthony, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? As long as he's going to be missing games, they're going to be, watching how he's, not doing contact. Anthony Davis is the key because you got to
Yep.
think he is the future. He was supposed to be the future of the Lakers.
I agree
Yeah,
with that. He is the key. I totally agree with that.
He's the
yeah,
key.
yeah.
We
He
sit
is.
there talking about LeBron, but when the whole deal went down for Ingram, Ball, Hart, and our future,
Hey,
that
Kareem Elder said, "Let
our
him in."
future. It's Anthony Davis. It all falls on Anthony Davis. We're sitting here talking about LeBron. This is supposed to be AD unibrow. We're supposed to be talking about championships. And when Magic brung, we supposed to be talking about championships. Now
Well,
we about dysfunctional, how we can't keep leads. LeBron James, we want him to take 50 to 60 shots and do all this. I mean, look, I didn't have it up to here. AD's he's got to be accountable. Like Janet
well,
Jackson said, what have you done for me lately?
he can't be held accountable when he hurt. That's a bigger problem.
I'm talking about Janet Jackson's song. What have you done for me lately? Like I need to see him consistently.
He not playing. He can't get consistent if he hurt.
Hey, no. Here's what I'm saying. I need him to get healthy and be consistent from 1 week to the next week.
Okay, that's step 2. Step 1, get healthy.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
need him to stay. You need him to stay healthy. That's step 1. Step 2, you need him to get consistent.
Coming back. So what I'm saying is, when he's close to coming back, let's from 1 week to the next week, and then he be player of the week on NBA TV after 3 weeks.
But
and he
but no.
I
Wait,
just told him he
wait a
was
minute.
in.
He doesn't
Just
have
told
Wait a
Elder
minute.
he was in, but I don't know
he
if he
doesn't
can't
have enough
talk or
time
not.
to come back and do all
No,
that.
he don't. Ain't gonna be no player of the week because they only got a week left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have enough time for that. They're gonna have look. If I'm the Lakers, I'm putting him on a minute restriction, letting him go on out there. Just be careful with him. Let him get his feet wet so he can say, "Yeah, I felt good. I did all this." and just watching games, but not have him on the floor trying to be careful. Look at Kevin Durant, had the same injury. He put a 50 piece, came back. He had the same injury that Anthony Davis had. The man came back, and he's had. So when we talk about, like Elder said, that Anthony Davis ain't had any serious injury, Kevin Durant had the same injury. He had an Achilles injury. He had a knee injury, the same one as AD. Was able to come back and put a 50 piece on. AD hasn't had a serious injury to end him for the whole season, and he's been out. This man has. I don't know if he's not hitting the weight room. I don't know what it is. Okay, but like me, I had injuries, a lot of third degree ankle sprains and stuff like that, and crutches and stuff. I'd be out maybe 2 weeks, depending on how swollen, if there was any swelling going on. And I understand the knee injury and what he had was totally different because the swelling. They want to watch it, make sure he's. But this man has got to come back. He's been out. I think almost after the All-Star game, a couple of months, right? Maybe a month or two.
Yeah, since February.
Yeah, so he's been out 2 months. So it's time for him. They got look, Kendrick Nunn. We can't be trying to juggle Kendrick Nunn and juggle Anthony Davis. Which one's coming back? Well, we don't know the timeline. Well, he's doing on the floor workouts. I don't want to see him before the game shooting up shots. I want to see him in the game. They needed. See, I'm sorry. You comment, say whatever you want. If I was the Lakers, I know they went out and got Gabriel because he shoots threes. He's 6'9". He can, and I like Gabriel, but I would have went out and got a center because that's on the free agency market that can take a lot of the bang that AD's not a center. Not Anthony Davis is not. Every time he plays center, he gets hurt. And I think when he hurt his knee, it was LeBron pushed him in. I think it was LeBron. But the last time he got hurt, he was playing center.
When?
The last couple of times he was playing center.
When?
He
not hurting himself banging with Embiid now.
No, but he doesn't.
He hurt.
I'm saying.
He hurting himself on drives to the rim, and
was LeBron James. LeBron James pushed him into.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying that people talk about center and stuff. But I say
is Anthony Davis 6'10". He does not. He's not going up against 7'1" Joel Embiid, almost 300. You're not going to ask him to do that.
But the thing is, he's going to go to the rim.
Yeah, but still, he has to bang with them.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he's gonna get hurt, it don't matter if he's playing power forward.
Yeah, but here's
center. He's going to get hurt.
Michael Jordan to go out there and play power forward.
No, but power forward and two guard is a long way away. But center power forward is the same damn thing, different side of the court.
No. What I'm saying is, you're not going to ask Michael Jordan to go out there and play multiple positions, right? You're not going to do it. LeBron James is unique. Magic. Hold on, man.
Hold on. Jordan did it, man. Come on now. Jordan played different positions. A lot of guards play different positions. That's not nothing new.
Listen, Magic is when Kareem got hurt, Magic went play center, right?
Right.
James plays center. But you can't ask people to play a position like would you want Anthony Davis to stick Shaquille O'Neal if he was playing today?
He's going to guard
7'2", 300 something pounds, 330 pounds. You want Anthony Davis to bang with Shaquille O'Neal, to bang with Joel Embiid, to bang with the Joker, to bang with a lot of if there's let's see, what's his name? Plays for Phoenix, 7'1", the rookie. He's not going to do that. He'll do it. Yes, he will. He's a player. He's an all-star. He's a champion. He's going to go out there. But you see, and he doesn't have the body for that. You saw Dwight Howard get 27 points against Joel Embiid. Why? Because Dwight Howard's muscular. He has the physique to do that. That's what he's there for. His physique, and he's like Elder said. He's got that. Holmes got that muscular body. So you go out and get a Holmes and bring him to L.A. so he can bang. But you're asking somebody for like Anthony Davis to do that. He's long, but he doesn't. He's going to play center. But if we're going up against Phoenix, right, and you want Anthony Davis to play center against the rookie, and then they can switch because they have JaVale McGee it's asking a lot of him. And then he's got to come in and play small forward. Power forward. He's playing. I'm just saying that's what I said. I would go out and get Willie Cauley-Stein because he's 7'2". Willie Cauley-Stein, 7'2", 250 pounds, and he could block shots. He's like a JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee, in my opinion, has better foot motion. He could. JaVale's been around. He's a veteran. But still, Willie Cauley-Stein, when he was in college, he would block a lot of shots. He's got the body for it, and he does not have to work. And you can rotate between Willie and Dwight Howard, which will allow Anthony Davis to play that natural position, a power forward, where there's nobody going to defend him when he's on his game. Nobody's going to defend him unless you're going up against like a Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got to work. He's got to actually, work on defense. But it's just he's not being consistent staying on the floor.
Yeah,
I'm judging the Lakers on Anthony Davis because he's the future. He's supposed to be the future. We don't know how long LeBron got. Maybe he got like 3 years, 4 years. We don't know. But when we talk about the future, it was supposed to be Anthony Davis. When we sat down to, well, not me, but when Jeannie Buss and all them brung Anthony Davis in, LeBron was there. It was like, okay, look, Anthony Davis, boom, we're gonna build around you. But we saw in the bubble, he got hurt. He tweaked the ankle or something. LeBron James had to step up with Alex Caruso and JaVale McGee and Howard and all them in the bubble. He got hurt in the bubble.
Yeah.
And so he's got to be consistent. And if he wants to be an all-time great, hold on, let me finish. If he wants to be an all-time great, right, he has to be consistent. Like, I can't put Anthony Davis just because he got a chip. All-time great. He has potential. I put Giannis right now. Giannis is ahead of him right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo is ahead of Anthony Davis.
I'll say this, like, he wants to be healthy. It's just that he got to find the right whatever measure he do.
That's funny that you say he wants to be healthy. How can you say as an NBA
player? Let me speak. We let you
when
speak.
He was in.
Let me speak. We let you speak.
What did he say?
We let you speak. Let me get my thought out.
Before the season, though.
He said,
I'm ready.
Let me get my
I'm healthy.
Thought out. Why are you talking when I'm talking? Come on now. We let you speak all that time. And I'm going to say he wants to be healthy. He went on a regime of in the off season of doing this and that, but he got to find the right thing for his body. Guys are hurt all the time. The whole league is damn near injury prone, damn near everybody. I say that people get mad at him because they want to win, because they want to chip. When an injury comes, like the fluke injuries he's been having, it's not from banging with centers. It's not from doing anything particularly out of the way to put him he could have been playing power forward, small forward, and still had all those injuries he had since he's been a Laker. And that's the toughest part. It's just that when fortune happens that he get healthy, he get healthy. Somebody like Grant Hill tore his ankle up. Then after he finally came back, like 3 or 4 years, he didn't have a major injury about 7, 8 years. And it's just sometimes it's just you're not fortunate. It's bad fortune and all this.
Yeah, but you can't say you go talk about Anthony Davis and talk about Grant Hill or other players. We talking about people who won championships, right? You were supposed to be you got to understand. Grant Hill played for the Pistons, man. And then he went from Orlando Magics, right? Then he went to Phoenix. All right. So you talk about Grant Hill. And matter of fact, to my recollection, is Grant Hill top 75?
What are you talking about?
No, what
I'm
saying
not comparing their play.
No,
I'm talking about
I'm
injuries,
comparing their
my
greatness.
brother.
I'm comparing their greatness.
I'm talking about. I was speaking about. You wasn't listening to me. Go ahead, talk, because you're not listening. You want to vent about it. We all know he hurt, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing the Lakers can do.
Here's what
He
I'm
hurt.
saying, man.
I know you're just
I'm
venting.
comparing the greatness. Anthony Davis is he has potential, man. Giannis got one chip, right? But he already made the 75.
Okay.
Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Giannis got a chip. Giannis got a chip,
brother,
right? hold on. Listen,
Yeah.
Giannis got a chip.
Uh-huh.
Anthony Davis got a chip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Giannis made all-time 75, right?
Yeah.
He was up there all in the All-Star game.
Why you keep regurgitating history? We know the history.
Okay, but if you listen where I'm going with this, man.
Just get there.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis is made all-time 75, man. Anthony Davis is supposed to be this player, man, that the Lakers are supposed to be building around. And you talk about injuries, but this is a constant thing for him, man. In the Pelicans, he was always injured. He said he was going to be coming into LA healthy, ready to go, ramped up. He was healthy. It's
Lord have mercy.
championship bust, right? So
Go
when you
ahead.
talk about injuries, everybody gets injured. And all that, man. Look, I'm past that. We passed that. We passed the injury prone because he already was injured, came back, got injured again.
And he gonna get injured again.
He was injured in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And he gonna get injured again.
So for him, like Elder said, if it comes to where he talking about LeBron crew and all this, he getting traded. He's got to commit. He got to go to the gym, man. He really got to stop talking this stuff. Get in there.
The Lakers are not trading AD because he say that is the
So you
first
saying
of all.
it is not? You're saying that's not like you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't trade him.
AD, no, not because he talking about he rolling with his agent. No, that's not why the Lakers. If the Lakers trade AD, it's because they think he's not going to be valuable to their team
They're not
because
going
of his
to.
injuries.
If LeBron leaves, they're going to win the championship with AD.
They are.
No, they're not. They're going to be like the Pelicans.
I agree, but
Bruh.
I'm saying they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade AD because of what he say about LeBron. That would go up as the number one reasons of that the number one dumbest reason to trade a player of AD's caliber.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when LeBron James leaves the game and leaves LA and they keep Anthony Davis, unless Kawhi goes there or somebody that's going to be a game changer and play with AD,
I would love that.
Whoever, or did they get Dame Lillard and they have another threat? They're not going to win a championship. They keep just Anthony Davis.
I agree because of his injuries.
He's injury prone, and you got to commit to the game. When Giannis when he was getting banged up, he was real skinny, right? He played for the Milwaukee Bucks. He used to get banged around all the time. He went to the gym. He changed his whole physique. His whole physique was changed. He committed to the game. You don't see that after Anthony Davis.
A season is 82 games. In the last 2 years, Anthony Davis hasn't played 82 games in the last 2 years.
Okay. So what does that say about Anthony Davis?
That's saying that he just can't stay healthy for some reason. For whatever reason, he can't stay healthy. That's what it says.
We seen season career. I remember. I watched it from the mid-90s to the 2000s. And one of the players that I had potential was like probably you guys. I don't know if you got Michael Redd. He had potential. Played for Ohio State. Michael Redd was good, but he had injuries. He was plagued with injuries. Who's the other player in Portland before Dame Lillard went there? What's his name?
Brandon Roy.
What's his name?
Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy. Extraordinary. Had hops. Bad knee. He
was great.
He just couldn't get over
Stay healthy.
The injury bug. And I don't know if Anthony Davis, he hadn't had any serious, Achilles or anything like that. But his ankle, they was real worried about his ankle. Something was going on with his ankle. Stress fracture or stress or something was going on. And it's just, he's got potential. But if he could just hit the gym and be committed and look at Giannis and what Giannis did in Milwaukee, say, hey, look, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to pick up some muscle. I'm you know what I'm saying? Because him getting hurt all the time, Ticket says he's terry cloth, he's very soft. and I'll be cracking up. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I mean, it's just funny because like what I can't say it's not true. He got him in a wheelchair all bandaged up like a mummy. I mean, looking like
So what
Fred.
you gonna do? You gonna trade him? You gonna keep him?
Looking
What you
like
gonna
Fred.
do?
Say it again.
You gonna trade him? You gonna keep? What are you gonna do?
I mean, right
Yeah.
now, if you look in the market right now, if you look out there in the teams, and when Anthony Davis is healthy, when he's healthy at 100%, he's the best power forward in the game. So this is a question mark over his head. It's a question mark right now. It's a question mark. Can he? You hear the commentators say, "Can he stay healthy?" When he's healthy, the Lakers are a threat. You know, and we saw it a little bit in the playing game. And Anthony Davis said Phoenix knew that if we were healthy, we would have beat them. But you know, you saying that and just running your mouth, and you ain't been healthy all season. What's that going? I mean, Phoenix is like what, number 1 team in the West, and right now they looking like they win the chip.
They
With Chris
definitely
Paul,
can.
say it again.
And D, I said they can. With Chris Paul and D Booker.
They look like they could win a chip, but doesn't mean that they're gonna win a chip.
No, I said it looked
Yeah,
like
it's the same thing as a fact, right? So
right. It looked like they gonna win. So we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the Grizzlies. That's a young team with an Allen Iverson type player. They got defense. They got now. Somebody put out John Morant is better than Allen Iverson. I was like, no, stop. You know, I did no. We ain't gonna.
It's too early.
He's
It's
more
too early.
athletic. He's more athletic than
Too early to tell on that one.
Say it again.
I say it's too early to tell on that one. Too early to tell.
Too early. To just already just say okay because he's doing what he's doing with me. I mean, I hate my hat off to Ja. I mean, he's young. He's athletic. He's more athletic than Allen. He can get up there, but Allen can get up there too at Georgetown. So you know, but to say he's better than AI, no. AI changed the game not on the court but off the court too with his style, his, you know. So yeah, we ain't gonna go there yet, but Memphis can win it. Memphis can win it. Golden State, but they kind of fell off a little bit.
Golden State can't win shit.
Yeah, so we don't know. And then in the East, you got Boston's playing real good. I don't know what's going on with the Nets because Ben Simmons been. I don't know.
The team not good. They got 2 players and a few other good players. Otherwise, they're not good. That's their team.
So what? AD gonna play before Ben Simmons this year?
Yep, he definitely gonna play before Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons got a herniated disc or something in his back messed up. He sat out, not wanting to play, mess around and messed his back up. Probably do.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in training, and sometimes people say, some people go in the gym, work hard, and tear their stuff up in the gym. What you call a few players tore their Achilles working out. Break their foot doing this. You can get hurt in the gym just like you can on the court. An injury can hit you doing whatever. I know people just walking down the stairs, coming out the house, pick up a piece of a mail on the yard, tear their Achilles, rupture. We asked the doctors, why do it happen? The doctors really don't. It's not nothing guarantee wise. A push off of the foot, it can come anyway. Now everybody, I seen the guy yesterday in the NCAA's. He tore his Achilles. He looked at the referee. He looked at the ref. He thought the ref kicked him.
Yeah.
Same thing happened when I tore mine. I jumped and got the rebound, but I'm going down the court, and bam, somebody tripped over me. I looked. Nobody tripped over me. My Achilles just ruptured. And some people are look at Braun. He's very fortunate not to have any major injuries. Very fortunate.
Yeah, sure.
Most guys tear something up. Something don't rip. Something don't happen. 19 years and not no major injuries, no surgeries. He's very fortunate. That's how him and Kareem got up so high. They're very fortunate. They didn't have to miss season.
Yep. But I mean, I agree with that. It could happen anywhere. With Anthony Davis, it's just common. It's a common thing for him to not do it. Because you got to remember when the Pelicans, there was one year he was in the MVP talks, and I think I was at Applebee's or whatever, and he gets hurt again.
Yeah,
He
I
got
think.
hurt.
Yeah,
I think his shoulder. Something happened to his shoulder. It was years ago. He had a shoulder injury.
yeah.
His shoulder
I
happened.
know
Wait, what?
it's frustrating because it happens so much. It's past the time of like people getting them past it. It's so frustrating. And I see them like they sitting on Zion because his year of college and every year in the pros,
Man, he a
and
big.
then the fans are frustrated with the players. But to me, sometimes it goes too far. I'm like, hey, how you gonna be mad at somebody because they're injured? You can't be mad at somebody because they're injured.
I
He
agree.
did not injure. He did not injure. Like, I know some people are just lazy, fat asses, not working out, not doing nothing, and then they injure themselves doing something stupid. I mean, we had what you call out here riding a motorcycle, tore his legs up. Now that right there,
Yeah.
you playing back. How you riding motorcycles? How you in the club and not doing shit, come in and camp fat and all this other crazy stuff. But it gets
Yeah.
like sometimes, or you just say, man, they be kind of soft. But I'm not gonna get mad at him. I'm just like, oh man, because he keep hitting these. And it's not just he getting injured, because a lot of guys get injuries. It's the what he does. Even when he don't, you think he don't tore up everything, but it'd be a minor twitch, or he hurt his finger. He look like the world gonna end on the court. You like, come on, AD, get your ass off the ground. So I think that part too make his even worse because every little nick, every little bump, you think his whole body gonna shatter. So I think that frustrates the fans also dealing with him.
That's why Ticket had him in a wheelchair, looking like a mommy. I was like, man, go, you know. But yeah, I mean, I want the best for AD. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, I love his play. I love Anthony Davis's play. He's tall. We saw a little bit of it against when he went off in the bubble when he shot like three. He was killing. He can shoot threes. He fits in with the new NBA. The Joker, shoot threes. Even Embiid shoot threes. Got go-to moves to the basket. So he fits in. But we, as a fan, if LeBron James is going to be leaving in 3, 4 years, 5 years, who knows? And you are the future. When you're like advertising your game to fans, and for me, also somebody used to play semi-pro basketball and who knows and played with NBA players, you have to commit, get strong, so that way you have less injuries. You look at Giannis. Giannis probably 6. They say he's 7 foot. Who knows? But 6'11", who knows? But he's not that bigger than Anthony Davis. But what he did do, he went to the gym and he committed his time in that gym. He plays under Giannis. He doesn't have a 3-point shot, but he's starting to get one. But most of his shots are from the foul line on in. So he plays under that basket all the time. And he takes a lot of punishment and stuff. So tell me why Giannis don't get hurt like Anthony Davis. And they're around the same age. They 26, 20, 28. They close.
Yeah.
I just want to see some consistency of him being able to play 82 games. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to see. And it shouldn't be on 38-year-old LeBron. He ready to just bash. He's 38 years old. He got a lot of tread on those knees. I was watching a video where they say he had some swelling, and he still played. He was playing through it. He had like some fluid under his leg, and he was playing through it. So he's of course he is to blame. He's got to be a better leader, but you're asking for. I like him at I like LeBron 25, 9, and maybe 9, or 25, 10, and 10 like he did last year. He was 25,
Eric,
10. Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Eric, you got something to say? Because
I mean, what do you want me to say? It's a LeBron
No, I'm
James
just
system.
saying no because I want to give everybody a chance. That's why I'm asking.
They're still running the LeBron James system at this point.
Well,
I mean, what else you want me to say?
I don't think it's a system. Like, I don't.
Okay, what? Okay, if you're saying that's not the truth, then what is the real system at this point?
I would say like LeBron system, like it's LeBron James on the highway. I just think when the Lakers brought LeBron, it was big things, and he did. He won a chip, whether it be a bubble ring or whatever. He still won a championship, right? So when playing with a player such as his caliber, you know, he's went to they had to bring in shooters, and it's shooters that they bring in Wayne Ellington. He's not a playmaker.
Mm-mm.
Bazemore,
Nope.
you know, the rotation players outside of Carmelo, and I like Kendrick Nunn. I just want to see him play. I want to get out there on the floor. But Bazemore, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Reza can't even get up. He looks like an old man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Trevor Reza look. You not talking about the Trevor Reza that played with Kobe Bryant.
Nope. Mm-mm.
This Trevor Reza look like an old man. He can't even get off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone stay in front of these young cats out there. So what? Like and then Trevor Reza ain't Andre Iguodala.
Nope.
So who Jeannie Buss need to be? Somebody need to smack her because she don't know. I'm sorry, I said, but she don't know what she doing. That whole Laker organization is I'm trying to figure out what's going on because like when Magic was there, like he wanted to draft certain players. And it's like
Why may draft certain players?
No, I mean when Magic was he had some
No, can you explain what you mean by draft certain players?
Magic wanted like what we talking about. Magic wanted
were there articles on it? Was there proof? Was there
Yeah. I read an article like 3 weeks ago. Now they bringing in Phil Jackson. Why do you think they bringing back Phil? Why you seeing Phil? Right? They bring it back as an advisor. Phil Jackson, he's coming back here as an advisor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird, man. It's just weird. And I just think the Lakers have gotten away from winning basketball the last 2 years. When you got players that's hurt, they've been inconsistent. You know what I mean? They've been inconsistent the last couple of years. Inconsistent with injuries and just players that they bring in. And, outside of, I would say, Malik Monk, and if none was healthy, they just, you don't bring Bazemore, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Reza, these players, you're not gonna win a championship with that team. You lost Dwight Howard when he came back, but you lost JaVale McGee, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. At least he hustled. He could still shoot. You know what I'm saying? He's a hustle player. You know what I mean? He's part of the rotation with the Wizards. Wayne Ellington then fell out the rotation. Wayne Ellington is not even part of the rotation with the Lakers no more. KCP is. But I understand they had to give up parts to get, Russ. Right? But, the Lakers is just, they got a lot of soul searching and a lot of
What's up?
A lot of off-season moves that they got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they don't have enough wiggle room to work with at this point. I mean, what wiggle room were you talking about? Trying to dump contracts for what? I mean,
mean,
Well, which one are you gonna get rid of?
they got to do something. That's all I can say. Because
I mean, you can't keep all 3 players and take all the money. Like,
yeah. But what can you do? We can't. I'm not gonna come in here and say, "Well, LeBron James, he
no,
lost."
I didn't say that. I'm just saying you can't keep all 3.
Me, I'm not gonna come in here and say LeBron James, 30. He kind of, he lost the game. Now, could he have been a better leader? Could he have been a better facilitator? You better bet. I agree. 100%. He got to pass more. Last year, he was 25, 10, and 10. This year, he's 32. His assist ratio, because he's taking more shots, had went down.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get back to passing the ball and getting other players involved. Russell Westbrook, there was games where we saw Russ moves good without the ball. And LeBron found him.
How good did Russ play tonight?
Russ played good. I thought he did okay. He did okay. I think that he could have been more aggressive. I like when Russ is aggressive. Right? You want to talk about somebody getting aggressive? I love it. Backboard, making the ball bounce against the backboard side of the rim. It kind of looks stupid. Like, I didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, the young dude on New Orleans he was aggressive. He was confident.
Yeah, Trey Murphy. Yep.
Trey Murphy. Is he a rookie?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my money on Murphy. Gonna be a future starter for the Pelicans. Oh yeah, he is. He got that drive, man. I'm telling you, I seen him, man.
Yeah, but which one's going to the bench?
What?
Which one's going to the bench?
Huh? Somebody.
What's his position? Small forward.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the floor with Ingram too tonight. They do it. They win.
I know Ingram claimed Ingram. Do he ever play power forward? I doubt it. How skinny he is.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely play more shooting guard, small forward.
Mm-hmm.
McCollum, shooting guard. I don't know if you want to point here and there. I think Bron is wore out. I seen him over there just standing. He wore out.
Yeah, 42 minutes. Yep.
He can. We all see he can do it in spurts, but it's wearing him out.
Playing 42 minutes. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's a lot of minutes. Straight coming off that break too. Don't make him feel.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. I can say LeBron James could pass more. If I want to analyze the game and tell him to go back to passing, being a facilitator, creating off the dribble. Okay, if I want to say that, but just to say, he caused them to lose. I'm not gonna come in here and say that because he going on 38. He's been in the league almost 20 years. I mean, he's all time already, and for him stat padding, you won't at least hear that from me. There's things he could do better even at his 20th year, 19th year in the season. And he'll tell you himself, he's perfecting his game even now.
He get a lot of that because he get hot and cold on that 3-point line.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You live and die with that 3-pointer. And if you hot as fish grease tonight on that 3-point line, 39 points, and you still losing by 8, that's tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's tough. What's the point of it when you still losing by 8?
But the thing is,
you're young.
Who else tonight shot from the 3-point line besides Monk and LeBron?
What you say?
I said, who else tonight besides Monk and LeBron shot from the 3-point line real good tonight?
What's I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You could go to the Pelicans and you can go from Murphy to CJ McCullough. I think even they're gonna hit like 2 threes. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying?
Herbert Jones.
He hit none.
Who?
Only body is
Herbert Jones.
only one player. Yeah, only one player. Only two players shot. One Troy Murphy was 4 for 7, so he did great. Herbert Jones was 3 for 7, so that was
Deal.
good. But and TJ McCullum was 2 for 5, which is solid. But nobody else was really hitting threes on their team. They really, the Lakers out threed them. But because DJ Augustine, he was 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Monk was 2 for 8. He missed. He missed. Russ was 2 for 5. But I think that's the thing is LeBron would be a facilitator if he had the 3-point shooters that they could play. They're not going to play Wayne Ellington long minutes. People might want them to play him more. He's probably a consistent 3. Carmelo can't stick nobody, stay on that court long enough to play long minutes and be just shooting 3. He their best 3-point shooter. But
Dwight Howard
Played
stays in
Augustine.
foul trouble. Dwight Howard stays in foul trouble. So that shot
yeah,
where they ran the pick, Bucci, boom, he pick and roll, boom, he was under the basket. Monk, he's 6'3", he's too short. That's what Dwight Howard's supposed to be playing. So it's just, it's just, a lot of
and
things went wrong for the Lakers tonight. You know what I mean?
I think and I don't even think they play in the LeBron James system. This is not LeBron James system. Bron is playing a shooting guard position, basically. He playing shooting center at times because look what he's on the elbow shooting 3 all half the time. That's not what he does. He's not driving, making a move, throwing a quick pass. It's just not that. He still gets up his assists, but it's just he know he's shooting 3 because they if he don't hit these threes, they don't stand a chance. Well, what he could do is if they keep the center in, I think he could play the small forward position.
And I agree with you a whole lot.
Because LeBron don't play.
Yeah.
Everybody eats kind of like that. I think if he just because but the last game you had 4 guys over 20 points. You had 4 guys over 20 points. In this game, you only had 2 over 20. 2. And they didn't need a great facilitator to get them points off. They just swung the ball around. I think when the ball, I think that's what people say when the ball LeBron jacking up the shot. And these young guys, if they're not in the rhythm, they're not going to be hitting late. And I think that's the issue. You can't get no shots per game and expect these guys to turn it on in the late 3rd and the 4th. It's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And that's Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook was 8 for 15. He wasn't bad shooting. Bron had more turnovers, so they can't blame the turnovers on Russ. And Malik Monk was out there.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree.
And Westbrook.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what I'm hoping they get AD back because when AD's out there, LeBron, you'll see him he'll fall back and be more relaxed.
Oh yeah,
more relaxed. He'll be able to play. And if